to keep yourself safe and your friends safe and your family safe. Knowledge is power, and I'm trying to get the power to the people.
Now, the Hamilton County Health Department says so far this year it has given away more than 16,000 test strips through its 56 partners. According to the Ohio Department of Health, more than 5,100 people died of drug overdoses back in 2021. Nearly 80% of those overdoses involve fentanyl. Taking a look at your forecast now, summer-like temperatures are once again covering the Ohio Valley on this Tuesday. Let's get right to it and take that live look over Moundsville, where you can see nothing but sunny skies. Will this be the view all afternoon? Let's send it straight over to Storm Tracker 7 meteorologist Adam Fike to find out more on this Tuesday afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Adam.
Well, good afternoon, Rebecca. Yeah, it's a very beautiful start to the afternoon. Good chance we'll continue to see this all throughout the day and the next couple of days as well. So let's turn our attention to Storm Tracker 7, where we're pretty much seeing clear skies across the valley. All that we're seeing really start to pop up is those fair weather cumulus clouds. So really just expect plenty of sunshine, not just through the afternoon, but through our day tomorrow. That sunshine, though, is quickly allowing our temperatures to warm up, already in the mid to upper 70s, like 75 here in Wheeling, but spots already up into the upper 70s, trying to push 90s, like 79 over into Millersburg. So don't expect the temperatures to stop soon. Everyone likely sitting in just about the mid 80s later on this afternoon, sitting no cooler than 83, but no warmer than 86. So as we continue through our new week, really just expect plenty of sunshine. Few clouds mainly by the time we get to the weekend, but we keep things dry, so that means low humidity, no chance for precip, but we will unfortunately see some pretty warm temperatures, even June or even July, like by the time we get to the end of the week and the weekend. I'll have all those details with the full look at my forecast here in just a couple minutes, but for now, back to you, Rebecca.
Adam, thanks. Drivers, check this out. Gas prices held pretty steady over Memorial Weekend. AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular is now at $3.58. That's up just 4 cents from a week ago. It was $4.61 this time last year, and in Ohio, the average is $3.48 a gallon, about the same as a week ago. Here in West Virginia, we're averaging at about $3.40 a gallon, only a cent higher than a week ago. And right here in Ohio County, our average fuel price currently sits at $3.30 a gallon. As we head further into the summer months, many will be hopping on planes to get to their destinations. The Columbus Regional Airport Authority is projecting around 1 million scheduled departing airline seats between June 1st through July 31st. That's compared to around 996,000 during the same time period back in 2019. Airport officials say they are expecting to reach pre-pandemic levels.
Intense. It was almost like they were herding cattle. They were moving, and everybody, it was fast, and lanes were changing, directions were changing, people were sending you different places, and you were just kind of moving.
Seemed like more people than normal working, and now we can relax. We're on vacation.
Finally, now it's vacation.
All right.
That was pre-vacation, I guess. We had to earn this vacation this time around.
Airport officials are recommending that you drive at least 90 minutes before, arrive at the airport at least 90 minutes before takeoff, and if you're taking an international flight, you go at least 2 hours in advance. Well, the red poppy has been a symbol of lives lost to war for over 100 years. It's a tradition that started back during World War I. Now, a Bourbon County couple is honoring our fallen soldiers. Owners of Middle Springs Farm just opened its newest attraction, a poppy field. The Welcome Farm, it welcomes families to the beautiful setting during the holidays.
We were at least hoping that they would be blooming around Memorial Day, and given the symbolism of the poppy for memorializing fallen veterans, we thought this could be a really special event.
The couple says they're hoping to make this an annual event. How nice. And you can support our local veterans by joining us for our No One Walks Alone Veteran Suicide Awareness Walk. It will be on Saturday, June 17th at West Virginia Northern Community College in Wheeling. Donations are $20 a person, and all proceeds benefit Helping Heroes. Registration starts at 9 a.m. and for more details, you can head over to our website at WTRF.com. And it's now time for our senior salute. Today we are honoring, there she is, Cadence Pettit from John Marshall High School. Congratulations to you, Cadence. If you want to honor a senior in your life, you can submit their photo on our website. Click on the Living Local tab, select Senior Salute, and submit their photo to us today. Is this warmer weather here to stay for the week? Adam has those answers for you in his full forecast right after the break. We'll be right back.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling. Live and local talk is just around the corner. Stay right here on The Watchdog.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Family dinners, game nights, and holiday parties. It all happens at home. And we want to help you realize your dream of homeownership. We are the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, and if you're ready to buy a home, we may be able to help. Visit myohiohome.org for more information on down payment assistance, lower interest rates, and more. OFA makes purchasing a home more affordable. Visit myohiohome.org. Home ownership. Make it part of your future.
As the weather warms, Ohioans are finding more ticks. Avoiding tall grass and wearing light-colored long pants and long-sleeved shirts are just a few things you can do to protect yourself. After being outdoors, be sure to check for ticks, and if you find any, remove them. And watch for any symptoms if you find any bites. For a full list of ways to prevent tick bites, visit ohio.gov/ticks.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Follow your dreams. Yeah. Want to get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movies, couple whips and lots of fancy.
All right there. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog Radio Network. We're happy to be with you on this lovely day. 75 out right now, clear skies. Wind's only blowing 7 miles per hour if you need to know that. If you're flying a kite today, who knows? Well, anyway, we're the Pine Room Podcast. Like I said, here on the Watchdog Radio Network, we're on here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you stayed safe, had some fun, and thanked a veteran that served the country, because we definitely wouldn't be here without him. But we appreciate you joining us here on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, 12:10 here in the Ohio Valley. And we got a loaded show for you today. We got a bunch of callers calling in, a bunch of guests to talk to. At the 12:35 hour, we're going to be talking to Gus DiMarzio. He's the Steubenville head softball coach. He's going to be calling, and he's got the best record in school history. So we're going to be talking about that. And we're also going to be talking to Doug Costain, who is now the New Brook head baseball coach. We're going to be talking to him at the 2:08 hour. And then we got one more. I'm sure you might have seen this on the news. Mr. Mickey McNeil. He's got 2 hole-in-ones at Palmer in the same round. Just an incredible feat there, and I'm not sure that me or anybody I know will ever see that. So we'll talk to him and get his thoughts on how he did and what he thinks about it, and if he's going to go for 3 sometime in the near future. But we're going to be talking to those 3 guys throughout the show. Like I said, we're going to be talking to at 12:35, Gus DiMarzio, Steubenville head softball coach. And then we're going to be talking to Doug Costain at 2:08. And then 2:35, we're going to be talking to Mickey McNeil about his hole-in-one. We got some sports to cover through NBA playoffs. Cooley's Heat pull out a win against the Celtics. I know he was nervous last night. He was a mess. We were over at the casino in Game 6. That tip-in was incredible. I know Cooley's got some definite thoughts on that, and maybe we'll talk to him. I told him he should come in today, but he didn't want to. We got NHL playoffs, talking a little MLB. Unfortunately, the Pirates, terrible walk-off yesterday, or 2 days ago. It was just Jared, I know Jared was deflated on our day out in the sun, and then we came in and watched that mess. So we're going to be talking college baseball, college softball, And then I'm sure Matt wants to talk about some things because he is in Ocean City right now. He is not with us. He's going to be joining us here over the phone in the 1 o'clock hour. He's going to be probably talking some sports and some things to recap over the weekend. He had a lot of picks out this week, so I'm curious to see how he did. And then hopefully he's having a good time over there in Ocean City. I know we're going to be joining him on Thursday, so we at least myself and Jarrett will not be on here. I'm not sure, Coach, if he's going to be on here kicking it with Lola, but Jarrett and I will not be here, and Matt will be joining Matt over in OC in Maryland. We're going to be joining him and having a nice vacation weekend. So myself, Jarrett, and Chris, we're going to be heading off on Thursday. So myself and Jarrett are not going to be here on the radio, but that is yet to be determined if we're going to be having a show. Then, of course, we're going to be talking today in history. We're going to be talking our time machine, birthdays, deaths, weddings, divorces, all kinds of stuff. Then we're going to be hitting some world and local news. We got a bunch of stuff on there. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to hit all this because we got to get through a lot. Well, we got a lot of different news stories on here that we'd like to cover and share and get some thoughts on. But we're going to be hitting 2 lies and a Florida guy in the new song quiz, Rockbusters, as it was previously named. We're going to be giving some clues out because we're not going to be here Thursday to do it. But hopefully we're going to be sticking around and getting some time to do some of this today. Get your fill before next week. So joining the studio here with Jarrett and Coach. Jarrett's in the skipper's seat. Coach in here as usual. You guys want to talk about sports, huh?
Well, we will here shortly. Yeah, I'm still trying to get situated. Whenever we have a holiday on Monday, I really struggle to realize today is Tuesday. I don't know. I just keep thinking it's Monday. I don't know. I have a hard time until we get to about Thursday. I can't get my day straight. It's weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, I kept thinking yesterday was Sunday.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't know. It's weird. I wonder if any other people feel the same way.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just weird to me. Today is Tuesday, and when Hump Day already tomorrow, and it's like, geez, oh Pete, the weekend will be here before you know it again. Time goes so fast. It's just incredible. Baseball's winding down. The state West Virginia high school playoffs are this week, and then the Ohio state playoffs are this week. I'm really excited to talk to Steubenville coach Gus DiMarzio. I talked to him yesterday for a little bit. They're really excited. First time ever for Big Red to represent their school and their community in the state tournament. They take on Canfield in the Division II semifinals, 3 o'clock Thursday at Firestone Stadium in Akron. And we're going to talk to him about that and the excitement that's building up there.
Canfield, I remember we talked about them a little bit in football.
Yeah,
I remember in the fall.
I think they got a really good football program.
Yeah,
so obviously they have a great softball program. So anxious to talk to him about the season, the excitement that leading up to the tournament, and the future. What kind of issues they present for Big Red, and how they're preparing for it. So anxious to talk to him. A lot of sports going on throughout the whole weekend. NBA finals are set, NHL finals are set. So those are going to finally wind down. Seems like those sports go on forever, and they're finally going to wind down as the Heat pulled off a big win last night. I think they were really, really surprised a lot of people. I don't think anybody thought the Heat were going to beat the Celtics last night. Actually, they handled the Celtics pretty good last night. They got out to a double-digit lead, and I'm not sure. I don't know how close the Celtics ever got. I know it was 11. They had it up to 17, and it was 11 at half.
I think the closest I remember was like 6. I think at one point in the third quarter it was like 6, but it never felt like the Celtics got back in it.
Yeah, the Heat answered every momentum shift that the Celtics got, and the crowd would get to their feet, and somebody on the Heat would hit a big shot for them. It was quite a performance by the Heat. I think they surprised. Caleb Martin was just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was good.
He had a massive game for
26
the Heat.
points.
Yeah, he was really, really good. He sort of saved the day for him. Jimmy Butler was really good. So it's the Heat.
Our boy Haywood got 9 minutes. He played 9 minutes, had a rebound, 2 points.
Yeah, he had a lot of really important minutes. I know he was at one point he was guarding Tatum. So I'll be anxious. We'll probably have him back on the show again. I'm going to be anxious to talk to him about what that was like playing on that big stage.
Well, let's hope he can win the finals. Then we can talk to an NBA champion.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. They're going into Denver on Thursday. They are quite a large underdog. They're plus 320. Denver's minus 410. I still think the Heat. I would imagine Denver would be a pretty good bet in his first game. The Heat have to be pretty tired, leg weary here going into.
Yeah, I mean the Nuggets have had what now? About a week and a half.
Off. Yeah, and the Heat in this 7-game battle, have to be drained mentally and physically. So
yeah, but again, sometimes it's like we said before, it's like you keep. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes it's bad to have a break, especially in baseball. I know when you have a break, you don't see live pitching or live play in basketball. It's kind of different. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to see. I'd like to see the Heat win a few games. I don't think we have. We have the Denver's minus 400 in the series. Miami's plus 310.
Right. Yeah. So, and then Denver's favored by 7.5 or 8.5 in game one. So. I'd probably lean towards Denver in that first game, but I think the Heat will win a couple games. I think it'll go at least 6. I'm hoping that the Heat can do it, even though I don't mind Denver coming out of the West as opposed to the Lakers and the Warriors. I don't mind Denver, and it should be a very good finals, and some city is going to have their first ever championship. One of those two cities is going to have first ever NBA championship. Starts Thursday. Then the NHL, Vegas just absolutely destroyed the Stars. I bet on the Stars last night. I thought coming back home after winning 2 straight, they'd give Vegas something, but they just got steamrolled 6-0. So it's Vegas against Florida. That should be a dandy 7-game series. Vegas a slight favorite, minus 130. Florida's plus 110. I look for that to go at least 6 games. That begins on Saturday at Vegas, and I think I'm going to bet Florida in that. I think Florida can give them. Florida's really battle tested now, but Vegas is really, really good. They got great goaltending, and I think that's going to be an awesome series. So NBA, NHL winding down. Pirates. Let's switch to Major League Baseball as the Pirates continue to struggle. Their offensive woes continue. Every now and then they wake up and score 11 or 8, but generally now they are really struggling to score runs.
It's not good right now. It is not good.
Yeah, they've really got some holes in their lineup. There are really some weak hitters in their lineup.
It's starting to show. The Pirates were 20-8 at one point, and now are 26-27. Actually, still 2 games back of first, which is amazing. The Reds have actually now taken third place in the division at 24-29. The Cubs fall at 23-30, and the Cardinals 24-32. I tell you what, it's getting close to being worse than the AL Central. Really.
Yeah, if Milwaukee happens to drop under 500, all 5 teams could be.
Yeah, right now it's about the same as the Central, or the AL Central, as how bad this division is. Can't believe the Reds are in third, honestly. Well, and maybe the Pirates are even more of a surprise at second, but I think it's just going to keep going downhill from here, unless something drastic changes. They maybe call up Henry Davis or try. It's going to be interesting to see what they do at the deadline, for sure.
I don't know. You guys keep hoping for Henry Davis. He is definitely not the savior for that franchise. I mean, he'll be a better addition than what they have right now, but he is not the answer to their problems. They've got bullpen problems. They've got some starting pitching problems. So I don't know. Honestly, that might have been the last time we saw 500 for them on Sunday.
Yep, I don't know if they'll ever get there again.
Yeah, and if you look at it, what's amazing is the last place team in the American League East would be tied for first in the National League East or National League Central. Toronto's 20. Actually, there'd be a half game out. Toronto's 28-26 and Milwaukee's 28-25.
Yeah.
But that division is just brutal. Tampa, Baltimore, New York, Boston, and Toronto. I think Boston's sort of the surprise in that division right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, definitely.
I did not think they would be competing at this level. Even though they're 9.5 games back, they're still 3 games over 500. I think they're the surprise team in that division. I think the Cubs are the surprise team in the NL Central, being the surprise to the other side. Disappointing at 23-30, 7 games under 500. Matt and I actually like the Cubs to win that division. I thought they would win that division. I'm not counting it out yet because it's a very bad division, but we're getting close. I mean, we're actually 63 games in for some of these teams, 64 games in. So we're over a fourth of the way there. So some things have really played out now. Oakland is pathetic, even though I bet the Braves last night and Oakland broke I believe 11-game winning streak. Or losing streak.
Yep.
And
they're now 11-45.
11-45. Incredible. 24.5 games out of first place already.
Yeah, at the end of May, they're 24.5 games out of first place. Is just, it's pathetic. We think we have it bad as Pirate fans. I can't imagine how A's fans are feeling right now.
Yeah, that is by far the worst team in baseball. So hopefully the Pirates can right the ship, but they're going to have their hands full with San Francisco. San Francisco's playing really well right now. They are really hitting the baseball. So they're going to have their hands full next couple of nights with the Giants, and then I believe they come back home after the Giants, and they have
the Cardinals at home.
Yeah, they have the St. Louis at home. So
Cardinals at home. I think tonight's a 9:45 start time. Vince Velasquez goes on the IL again. I think he's going to have Tommy John. I think that's got to be something. He's got to have something majorly wrong. But the Pirates tonight 9:45. They are
Oviedo, right?
Yeah, Oviedo against John Brebbia. Giants are minus 145. Pirates a plus 125 underdog. 8.5 is the middle. So I don't know. It's I'm starting to lose the faith.
Yeah, you and Soup. I think it's about time to come to reality and realize the Pirates were they had us all fooled, and I think they even had themselves fooled. They're just not very good. They just don't have a lot of talent. They've got a couple decent players, but Brian Reynolds has cooled off a lot. Kutch has obviously cooled off quite a bit. So
I think the whole lineup has really.
The struggles will continue, even though Sawinski hit 2 balls in McCovey Cove. That was pretty cool. You missed the 9th inning when the both teams had position players pitching. It was almost a comedy.
Yeah,
it was almost a joke.
When the team winning throws a position player, that's almost like you're just laughing in the other team's face.
It's
really
incredible. That was unbelievable to watch that 9th inning. Well, the bottom of the 8th and then the top of the 9th in that game. It was just and Chris Owings was throwing it in there about 48 miles an hour. It was embarrassing. So. Anyway, that's the Major League Baseball, college baseball cranking up. Jared, I know you were excited listening to the show yesterday when everybody got picked and got their instructions where they're heading, who they're playing, when it starts. I think a lot of interesting matchups. What is your take on the college baseball tournament?
Yeah, it's obviously the selection show was yesterday. Everybody got the regionals set and who's hosting. Well, that was on Saturday, but I don't know, some significant ones for people might be listening. West Virginia is going to Lexington to play Kentucky in the they're going to play Indiana, but they're going to Lexington for the Kentucky regional. Trying to think of some other ones that people might be interested in.
Well, the team that's like 30 games.
Well, Tulane. You probably have seen this online. Tulane was 19-40 on the year, and they ended up winning the AAC. They beat East Carolina, which was a massive upset to win the AAC. So they go to LSU for the Baton Rouge regional. They play LSU, so that'll be. But you don't know. I mean, you get right at the hot time.
At the right time.
Yeah, and LSU. I mean, they've been struggling down the stretch here. So I don't know. That'll be an interesting matchup. Some other ones maybe for people that might be interested. I'm A lot of teams, a lot of Nicholls State's in, Central Connecticut is in.
There's
Riders in.
There's no team making their first ever appearance. I think an Ivy League team maybe
Penn's in. I think it's been a long time.
Like 30 years since they got in.
And how about Indiana State hosting a regional? Indiana State Sycamores.
That's the head coach is from the Valley. He oh my goodness, oh my goodness, their head coach. It's escaping my mind.
He's from the Valley?
Yeah, he's from the Valley. He's like Indian Valley South or somewhere over there. Oh my God.
Mitch Hannes?
Mitch Hannes, yes.
Yeah, Hannes.
Mitch Hannes, yes. Real congratulations to them and good luck.
Yeah, they're hosting a regional. A lot of people were kind of complaining about that, but based on and really the selection is based on a thing called RPI, and it's based on strength of schedule. I mean, they've beat teams like Vandy. They went to Vandy, beat them in a midweek. I think their record's like 49 and 12 or 15 or something. So this is a good team. They take on Wright State in their opening game, and then another MAC team. Ball State plays Kentucky, so they're actually in the Lexington regional with West Virginia.
How many Big 12 teams ended up making
Big 12 teams.
One Oklahoma State.
West Virginia, Oklahoma State,
Texas.
Oklahoma, Texas, TCU, so 5.
So 5. And then how many out of the SEC?
8 SEC teams,
8,
and then eight hosting. 8 SEC teams.
All 8 SEC teams are hosting?
SEC teams are hosting. No, not all 8, actually. I take that back. Tennessee's not hosting.
Tennessee's not
hosting. They're the only
Tennessee's
only
going
SEC.
to
Tennessee's going to Clemson. They'll take on Charlotte, and then Clemson plays Lipscomb. One regional that I really am interested in is the Arkansas regional. They play Santa Clara. TCU takes on Arizona down in Fayetteville. So a lot of really good games this weekend. They start Friday, I believe. So if you need something to watch, tune into some of these games. And then our Crimson Tide, Alabama, they're hosting. They play Nicholls, and then
I don't think you can bet on them, can you?
Nope, can't bet on Alabama. But I know we've talked about them and their betting problems. So
yeah, well, exciting times in baseball and softball. Winding it down. Good luck to the Mountaineers. And anxious to see how they respond after those 5 tough straight losses, man. That was a tough way for them to end the season, the regular season, and the tournament. So
they take on Indiana.
And I want to throw, before we head to break, I want to throw congratulations out to the John Marshall softball team. State champions, won their 3rd state championship. Had to win the final game. Got beat in the winner's bracket semifinal, I guess you would call that. I'm not really sure what that would be. And then they won the if necessary game 6-2. Congratulations to Coach West and his team. Awesome performance, bringing home the trophy. And Coach West is going out on a high note. Congratulations on an absolutely wonderful career, and what a great way to end it. Congratulations to Coach West and John Marshall softball.
Awesome stuff. Well, talking about softball, when we come back from the break, we're going to be talking to Gus DiMarzio of Steubenville, head coach of Steubenville softball. We're going to be talking to him when we come back out of the break. Then we're going to be going into some games, some segments. We're going to be going to the Time Machine, birthdays, deaths, music, and movies. Hitting 2 lies at a Florida guy. We come out of the break. Talking world and national news, Doug Costain, the Newbrook head coach at 2:08, and Mickey McNeil, 2 hole-in-ones in 1 round here at 2:35. For now, we're going to head to break. We'll be right back here on the Watchdog Radio Network. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast right here on the Watchdog. We'll be right back.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. Mingo County Schools agrees to do a better job with Title IX.
An investigation by the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights concluded the Mingo County School System's Title IX compliance program was a mess. The system didn't have a coordinator, didn't make how to file grievances clear to workers, and how to file a complaint from students and their parents was confusing. The investigation focused on 3 academic years where a number of sexual assault complaints were filed but not properly followed up on. Investigators say cases that were part of serial misconduct from 2017 to 2020 were not properly reviewed. The review found there was a lack of equity in responses to male and female respondents. Under the agreement, Mingo County agrees to Title IX training, better policies, along with surveying students and parents. The district also agrees to do additional follow-up on those cases from 2017 to 2020. I'm Jeff Jenkins, WV, MetroNews.com.
Cleanup and damage assessment happening today in parts of Mercer and McDowell County. The two counties hit with strong storms in a short period of time on Monday, causing isolated flash flooding. Some of the worst in downtown Bluefield, but there were also flooding issues along Elkhorn Creek and the headwaters of the Tug Fork in Welch. The PSC has given the green light to West Virginia American Water Company to purchase 5 smaller water utilities in Jefferson County. Those serve about 3,885 water and sewer customers in Jefferson and Morgan counties. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. In Jackson County, Sheriff Ross Mellinger says the credibility of a local rehab facility, which helps those trying to kick the addiction habit, is under question. A non-resident died at the Hope Center Ministries in Sandyville, according to the sheriff, and a post to the sheriff's Facebook page announced the investigation into the death that occurred last week. And according to Mellinger, there was no Narcan on the premises, and in such cases, there have been problems communicating between law enforcement, the state, and operators. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
How much could a cyber attack cost your business? The costs stemming from a cyber attack can vary tremendously, but are extremely significant. Recent studies have shown that the average cost of a data breach to small business can range from $120,000 to $1.2 million. In addition to financial loss, companies also suffer downtime, lost opportunities, and data recovery expenses that can all quickly add up. Could your organization survive a cyber incident? If you are unsure if you are doing enough to protect your data, reputation, and dollars from cyber criminals, contact the team at Omni Strategic Technologies today. Omni has the right tools and support to help keep your business protected. Call 304-242-7600 and schedule your free consultation today, or visit omniperforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only cybersecurity and advisory firm that the Watchdog trusts.
When deciding where to dine in the Ohio Valley, think first of the Highlands, with a full array of quick service choices from McDonald's, Wendy's, Five Guys, Taco Bell, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, Chick-fil-A, or DeCarlo's Pizza. Or you can dine in at Eden Park, Primanti Brothers, Texas Roadhouse, El Paso, or Quaker Steak and Lube. Whatever your family's in the mood for, you can find it just off I-70 at the top of the hill. The Highlands, dining, shopping, entertainment, and lodging.
Frio Stack and Associates Auctioneers, Realtors, Certified Appraisers specializing in antiques, business liquidations, multi-parcel land auctions. Frio Stack and Associates is a regional business offering the executor, attorney, agent, and other individuals the most comprehensive and technologically advanced auction and appraisal services available. For information on our service, call our office at 304-233-3168 or email frioauc@aol.com. Frio Stack and Associates sells the earth and everything on it.
All right, a little bit of Float On, Modest Mouse. Good song, good tune for the summer. Get you driving on some of that. But we appreciate joining here. We're the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog Radio Network. If you're just joining us, we want to remind you that we are having our official beer launch party. The Pine Room Blogger will be launching on June 10th of this year. Obviously, this will be releasing at Generations at 6 o'clock. You can come join us at 6 o'clock at Generations, June 10th. And experience the very first rollout of the Pine Room Lager. It's a traditional golden beer, something you can sit around and drink for a while, just like your Bud Lights, your Busch Lights. It's a really good beer. We've had Soup go down and test it already, and he had nothing but good things to say. So join us on June 10th, and you can enjoy that beer and get your hands on maybe some prizes, some giveaways and stuff. It's going to be a really fun time. So June 10th at Generations is going to be great, and we hope to see you there. If you want to text in, text our text line, 304-717-7927. That's for the Pine Room Podcast right here on the Watchdog. And then if you want to call, 304-214-1600. And then finally, visit our store. We got a bunch of new stuff in the store. People have been sending out orders already, been getting emails for people ordering stuff. I know Dan's already got his Slobovia shirt. Send out your orders. You can go to thepineroomshop.com. Check out all the new stuff. It's really cool. And just get your stuff. And if you're rocking it, we hope to see you out there rocking it in the summertime.
And we are now joined by a very happy guy, I'm sure, and maybe he had a couple of beers over the weekend to celebrate what is an exciting time in Steubenville. We're joined by the Steubenville softball Big Red head coach, Mr. Gus DiMarzio, who are headed for the first time ever to the Ohio State Tournament. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Very humbled here as we get closer to game day. But boy, does this waiting suck.
Well, it's a funny thing. I was gonna ask you about that because I when I was coaching the American Legion Post 1 team, we were lucky enough to win 3 state titles, and that break in between when you're headed to the state tournament, you want it to get there quickly, but you want to enjoy the moment of the excitement and the people all buzzed, excited for you, and it's like a double-edged sword. You can't wait till it gets here, but man, the thrill of just getting there is really something that's you have to experience it too. And you guys are experiencing it for the first time ever. So tell us a little bit about after your win over Unioto. Is it Uni? How do you say that name?
Unioto.
Unioto. Tell us about that last out and the excitement and the thrill of knowing that for the first time ever you guys are representing Big Red.
Well, I want to say this. Those were the 3 quickest last outs, I think, of my career in any game. Swing at 2 changeups early in the count, 2 great hitters. I mean, Book and Marshall, both D1 players, and Jules gets them to chase change-ups, and they hit weak ground balls, and we pick it up and throw it to first base. You're usually standing there for like 5 minutes. Well, come on. And you're yelling, finish it, because you want it over with. But she got it done quick, and, that's credit to my pitching coach, too, Tommy McConnell. She was a West Liberty girl. She does an excellent job of attacking the hitters, and Jules is Jules. I mean, I've said that a million times in the last month. She's gonna fight tooth and nail. I've never seen a kid as a senior have so much to prove. I don't know who she's trying to prove it to, but I'm glad whoever it is out there, because every game she comes ready to go, and she's done excellent.
She sounds like really a heck of a leader too for your team. I read a couple of stories on you guys, and a couple of your quotes sounded like you were, you guys fell behind 4-2 in the 4th, and things were, not looking real good, and you walked out to the mound, and she told you, I got it, Coach. Yeah. Don't worry. So she seems like that kind of a leader and just a calming force on your team.
Well, she is. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 girls that take the reins of that team and kind of push that team and drive that team. This team is young. I mean, it's got 3 sophomores starting, 3 freshmen starting, 1 junior and 2 seniors. So they're young, but I think that the young ones kind of fit in real well and know their roles. And I think, Cena Smith and Paige Madison have played, high-level travel ball, and they're sophomores. So they're pretty seasoned kids. So they're not really sophomores. You know what I mean? They're sophomores by grade, but they're not sophomores as players. So they both take that role along with Gia Bowman of kind of getting everybody moving in the right direction. and Jules kind of opens the door and pushes it open and pushes through, and everybody follows her. And, you know, Jules is good, and as good as Jules is, you can't win by yourself. You know, our defense has been pretty good. And knock on wood, you know, I'm standing here in my house. I'm knocking on wood now as I say that, but, you know, you want to play clean. You know that at this time of year, you want to play clean. Yes. And, you know, so you gotta continue to do that, and hopefully that happens.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Steubenville Big Red head softball coach, Mr. Gus DiMarzio. They are headed to the Ohio State Tournament for the first time ever with an outstanding record. What are you, 23-5, correct, Coach?
Yes.
23-5, best record in school history. That's correct also, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, so outstanding. But one of the quotes, a couple of the quotes in the paper that stood out to me that I think I really liked were that you said you could say something about everybody on your team, not just Jules or the players that get all the ink, but there's a lot of other players that do little things. Like I saw that Sophia Zorni had a beautiful bunt, and then I think Emily Tuttle put the ball in play and made something happen. And you had some other girls that are doing little things. And, you know, even your bench players that are such a big part of the team. You can't win, as you said earlier, with just Jules. It takes everybody from your coaching staff to your bench players, to your fans, to the administration, and I'm sure that you, as you expressed in your article, that's such a big part of what's so special about this.
Well, you kind of have, there's that saying in life, it takes a village. It's kind of the same thing when you have when you have a softball team. You know, these kids are like a family.
Yes.
You know, when you coach football, I've done that for 33 years with one of the greatest coaches in the history of the state of Ohio, and he's always preached about brotherhood. You know, it's a brotherhood, and everybody believes that. And you know, yesterday, Jules had gotten the opportunity to get interviewed by the news, and she said, "This is a sisterhood." And she alluded to the brotherhood thing of football. And I think that this has happened for these kids. I think they really believe they're so tight-knit that it is a family. Like they to watch them interact with each other is really something. You know, they're loose. They're constantly dancing and singing.
That's awesome.
And smiling. And if one of them isn't smiling, there's always the anti-person that pulls it out of them, you know, and goes after them and gets on them, and then they start to laugh because that person is kind of their yin to their yang, you know.
Absolutely.
It's working. Listen, this has been hard for me. And anybody that knows me knows that I am like to the T, organized about everything, you know, from your uniforms being tucked in and your belt and your shoe. You know, it's military, you know, to the point that I have to walk away because my assistant coaches and my wife tell me, let them go. Let them go. They're rolling. They're having fun. Let them go. So, you know, they do these chants, and they do them so much that when I come home at night, they're in my head. I'm like, what the heck, you know? But, you know, if you don't adapt as a coach, you're going to die as a coach. And I don't want to do that, so I'm trying to. I'm trying. I mean, it's hard, you know. I was brought up by MacArthur, so you know I can't.
Absolutely,
you have a hard time changing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, Coach. Speaking of coaching, I kind of wanted to ask you, and I really like asking this question because I actually was playing baseball at West Liberty when Tommy was there. So I wanted to ask you, what's it like? Is it important for you to have a kind of a younger pitching coach like her, or any kind of coach really that's kind of on the younger side of things that maybe might relate to those girls more?
It's wonderful to have a pitcher somebody that has played at a high level and somebody who has played for a successful high school program. You know, she played for Spencer, who I consider a friend in coaching, and he, you know, taught her the game, and she knows the game. So the fact that she is young is even a bigger plus because I'm old. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm 52, and these girls are 16, 17, 18. You know, so I don't You know, when they cry, I yell because they're crying. And my wife and the other coaches say, well, you know, you can't do that. Well, I have a hard time with that because to me, I'm Tom Hanks. There's no crying in this. You know, there's no crying in this. You just move on, you know. But Tommy has been fantastic because, one, I was the pitching coach, and I didn't know the things that she knows. So she's brought a real nice change and breath of fresh air for us. And I think that her and Jules have, you know, at the beginning they had some struggles, you know, personality-wise, which, you know, is going to happen when you're a young coach and you're coaching a girl that's maybe 5 or 6 years younger than you. So, but Tommy got through it. Jules adapted to what Tommy wants to do, and they've been rolling right along lately. So I don't say too much. You know, I actually stand at the other end of the dugout, which not many coaches do, but I do. I don't want to know the pitches. I don't want to interfere with what you're doing. You know, I walked out in the one game and walked someone, and then that person scored, you know, a run to tie the game up or to go ahead, and, you know, I took all kind of flack from my buddies because they told me I was coaching too much. So you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So.
That's totally understandable, Coach, and that's good that you delegate those kind of jobs to people, and they can handle it too, as is shown by your team and by your record and what you've done. I want to ask you a question about a quote you made in the paper. You said, "We found out something about our team on Saturday." What did you find out there that you know maybe didn't know before?
Well, I will say this. In the history of my program, we've gotten to these games where they were one-run games, and we kept losing them. And it would be one thing: don't have a cut in place, don't hit the cut, lose sight of the situation and the dynamic of the game. You know, there's 2 outs. I'm on first base. I got 2 strikes. There's 2 strikes on the hitter. I'm going anyways. I'm just taking off. And if she hits it, I'm going to score. If she doesn't hit it, or she swings and misses, or it's a ball, I'm stealing second, or it's a strike 3. You know, we didn't do those things before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were mashers. We couldn't run, so we tried to mash all the time. Now we have speed. We understand the game a little better. We run the bases a little bit better. So what I found out was that, you know, I was always worried, well, you know, we've got to drive the ball in the gap. No, you don't. You just got to put it in play. Put it in play, run the bases, and see what happens. In that one inning where we were losing, we scored 3 runs. We didn't hit the ball past the pitcher's mound.
Oh, yep.
I mean, you know, we put the ball on the ground and just took off. Well, they were balls that were well placed, and people had the back end. And with as well as we run, we scored runs. You know, back in the beginning of the year, I had a long talk with Rich Donnelly. He's a friend of mine, and I listen to everything he tells me.
Not a bad guy to listen to.
No. He told me at one point, who cares about batting average? What about on-base percentage? Who cares how they get on base?
Right.
Just get on base. So we changed our motto, our mantra, whatever, to I don't care what your batting average is. I care what your on-base percentage is. So we have some girls on our team that are hitting 250, but their on-base percentage is 575,
yes,
560. So they're getting on base. And when we get on base, we put pressure on the defenses because we're so fast. So we took the batting average part of it, threw it out the window, and you know how everybody wants to slug and they want to we don't care about that. Mm-hmm. We just want you to get 2 feet on first base.
Absolutely.
We think if you get 2 feet on first base, Coach, you've got a chance to get those 2 feet to home plate.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the way we've been living, you know, and it's been working.
Once again, we're talking to Steubenville Big Red head softball coach Gus DiMarzio has taken his Big Red softball team for the first time ever to Akron, play in Firestone Stadium in the Division II semifinals this Thursday at 3 o'clock, and you will face Canfield. Do you know anything, Coach, about Canfield yet?
Yeah, they got a pitcher named, last name's Toth. I'm sorry, I don't know her first name. She's a power pitcher. She's got a good rise. She works the knees well. She throws about 62, 64 miles an hour. She brings it. She wants to get ahead like a good pitcher would. She wants to, and then she wants you to chase and do what she wants you to do. I've told my team this, and I believe this. Our schedule has prepared us for this. We faced Cadence Pettit twice.
Oh.
And you can say whatever you want. Cadence Pettit's as good as anybody out there.
Absolutely.
Like I have a high respect for that kid. Then we faced a girl from Dover named Jenna Mulk. We faced a girl from Heath named Monica Cunningham. She's going to Northwestern. We faced Sydney Marshall twice from John Glenn. These girls are all power pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie Kell, even though Lizzie's little, she's a power pitcher. She got good movement. She throws the ball hard. So we've been prepared for this whole thing from our schedule. So I just told our kids, I'm like, hey, this is like when we played John Marshall in the OVAC championship. You just got to keep swinging and try to limit your strikeouts and just keep swinging. And if we can do that, we can put the ball in play and go with, get 2 feet on first base. We got a chance against her. They got a pretty decent lineup. They have a girl named Treveri. Then they have a girl named Panunzio.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a girl named, sounds like a hitman's lineup. But I could appreciate that as an Italian guy. But they're all 3 good hitters. They're fast. They're the type, they're kind of throwback hitters or players. There's another girl named Freedy actually, and they put the ball in play hard and they bust their butt once they hit it. Like they're coming out of the box 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if it's a ground ball back to the pitcher, if it's a bunt, if it's driven in the gap. They're looking like they're trying to get a double out of a bunt. So we just have to play clean. If we play clean, and my motto with Jules is, you have to be Jules King, but you have to be better than Jules King.
Okay.
And she gets it. We need her. We need her to be herself, but we need her to be a little bit better. And I tell our defense, you got to play clean. We need you to play clean +2. So that means that every routine play there is, you got to make it. And there's going to be 2 plays that people are going to have to say, man, I can't believe she made that play.
Mm-hmm.
So if you play clean, make all the routine plays +2, and then Jules is herself and a little bit better, I like our chances.
Good.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not one of the guys going to say, yeah, we're going to win, and I'm guaranteed. I'm not going to do that. But
You're confident.
Yeah, I'm confident in what my kids can do.
Absolutely.
And I understand that the game has to be played, and I totally understand that Canfield's very good.
So tell us, yesterday was a holiday. Today is, 2 days away. Tomorrow is probably takeoff. So tell us about the prep for Canfield. Are you practicing, obviously, today?
We practiced last night at 6 o'clock. We took batting practice, which – you try to keep the kids focused on what we're doing, because we're going to go play in a situation that we've never played in. So I'm sitting there saying, this is kind of funny. We have to stay focused on everything we're doing today. Okay. Yes, coach, no problem. There's TV cameras all over the place. So right there, I'm yelling at everybody during batting practice, hey, focus on what we're doing here. And it ended up, it started out a little rough. I got a little angry, but it finished great, because they settled in, they went back to themselves. They were having fun and they were taking good cuts. And so I was happy with that. Today we're actually going to eat lunch in a little bit. And, then after that, we're going to practice from 4 to like 6. There's my daughter JoJo has a T-ball game tonight, so I'm going to go to the T-ball game, and I imagine that my team will follow me because they usually do. So they'll be around the little ones in the community, which is great for them, and they're kind of like celebrities right now.
Absolutely, they deserve it.
They're kind of relishing the moment, living in the moment, which. Who am I to say no? Go home, stay away from everyone. Go ahead, have some fun, take the accolades, and feel good about
Absolutely.
yourself.
Hey, Coach, you're in the top 4 of the state. I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment. The best 4 teams in the state are left, so that's one heck of an accomplishment.
and we try to tell them, you have to play with a little bit of swag.
Absolutely.
You got to act like you've been here. Even though we haven't been there, you got to act like you were born to be here. So if, and that's what it's all about. Just enjoy the moment, act like you should be here, and have fun with it. And then, tomorrow we'll practice later in the day. I think it's 4:00 to 6. And then after, one of the teachers, Ross Ikovich, and a friend of his, Patrick Kivitz, who are huge supporters of us, are going to have a cookout for our kids and their
that's
parents.
great.
So the night before the game, they're going to have a little cookout, which will give them all time to, enjoy the moment. It'll be at the field. It's a great thing. It's been great just to see how this community has just jumped on board of this.
Well, that's what you want.
It's been nice.
You want everybody involved, Coach, and we can't say enough. Enjoy this wonderful ride. Best of luck to you and your team on Thursday. We'll be following you, and let's get to Saturday, and who knows what can happen. Let's bring that state title back to Steubenville.
That's what we're playing. One more run than the other team so we can get one more game.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you
Very
so
simple.
much for joining us, and safe travels, best of luck, and bring that title home.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
All right, buddy.
You too. Good luck.
Once again, that was Steubenville Big Red head softball coach Gus DiMarzio, the first ever state tournament appearance for Big Red as they head with the best ever 23-5 record to take on Canfield on Thursday at 3:00 in the Division II semifinals at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. That should be quite exciting for the town of Steubenville and for their team, families, everybody. So congratulations to Coach DiMarzio, and thank you for joining us. So
we got to head to break here, but we'll be back shortly after these advertisements. We're going to be talking later in the show to Doug Costain, new Brook head baseball coach, and Mickey McNeil. 2 hole-in-ones at Palmer in the same round.
Unbelievable.
Matt is going to be joining us here in the next hour, and we're going to be heading into the time machine. Going to be talking 2 Lives and a Florida Guy, the new game show, all kinds of stuff. So stick with us. We got a lot of stuff to talk about still. News, a little bit of sports to talk about, I'm sure, with Matt. And then we're going to be talking our game shows, and hopefully you can stick in. Text in to the text line, 304-717-7927. Call in, 304-214-1600. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. We love you very much here at the Pine Room Podcast. Stay with us. We'll be right back here after the break.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
How much could a cyber attack cost your business? The costs stemming from a cyber attack can vary tremendously, but are extremely significant. Recent studies have shown that the average cost of a data breach to small business can range from $120,000 to $1.2 million. In addition to financial loss, companies also suffer downtime, lost opportunities, and data recovery expenses that can all quickly add up. Could your organization survive a cyber incident? If you are unsure if you are doing enough to protect your data, reputation, and dollars from cyber criminals, contact the team at Omni Strategic Technologies today. Omni has the right tools and support to help keep your business protected. Call 304-242-7600 and schedule your free consultation today, or visit omniperforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only cybersecurity and advisory firm that the Watchdog trusts.
Family dinners, game nights, and holiday parties. It all happens at home, and we want to help you realize your dream of homeownership. We are the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, and if you're ready to buy a home, we may be able to help. Visit myohiohome.org for more information on down payment assistance, lower interest rates, and more. OFA makes purchasing a home more affordable. Visit myohiohome.org. Home ownership. Make it part of your future.
As the weather warms, Ohioans are finding more ticks. Avoiding tall grass and wearing light-colored long pants and long-sleeved shirts are just a few things you can do to protect yourself. After being outdoors, be sure to check for ticks, and if you find any, remove them. And watch for any symptoms if you find any bites. For a full list of ways to prevent tick bites, visit ohio.gov/ticks.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your Friday. Mostly sunny skies with a daytime high of 74. Partly cloudy overnight, a low near 47. Plenty of sunshine mixing with just a few clouds for your Saturday, with temperatures near 77 for the daytime high. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
All right, welcome back into the Pine Room Podcast of the Watchdog Radio Network. Quick little 2-minute break there. We skipped the news. Usually the news plays, but we're going to bring you the news here later in the show, at least news that we find interesting and not some of the darker things that are going out in the world right now. We're getting ready to get into the time machine right now, the PRP and the time machine. We're talking about birthdays, music, a little bit. But I am sure right now joining us here on the air, I think, is Matt. Matt, are you with us?
That would be correct.
That is correct. All right, Matt, welcome to the show. For those of you that don't know, Matt is in Ocean City once again, enjoying another vacation, and we will be joining him next week, or actually this week, at the end of the week on Thursday. So depending, we may not be on the air on Thursday. But, Matt, how's the weather over there?
Oh, it's pretty good right now. Marine layers burning off. I feel like we're in San Francisco. We got that early fog, but it's starting. The sun's peeking out right now, and it's actually very, very pleasant right now.
Oh, lovely. I can't wait to get over there on Thursday. I'm really excited. Once we get through all this stuff this week, I can't wait to just kick my shoes off and enjoy a crush.
You deserve a vacation, so I'm looking forward to your guys' visit.
Yeah.
And your dad's coming today?
He's on his way. Him and my brother and our friend Kevin are on their way right now, I believe.
That's great to hear. That's exciting.
Should be. You guys are going to kick the dust up a little bit around that condo this week and weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, it should be a fun weekend. Relaxing, but yeah.
Let your dad relax. Everybody take care of your dad. Make sure he doesn't do too much.
No, he needs a break. So he's got a lot going on, so it'd be good for everybody. Yep.
Yeah. Well, sports. Let's we talked a little sports in the first half hour. What are your thoughts? First of all, I thought the NASCAR race was incredibly long, way too long in my opinion. I know they wanted to beat the Daytona 500, but that race literally was 5.5, maybe creeping up on 6 hours long.
Yeah, the one thing NASCAR didn't account for when they went to stage racing is that you got a 600-mile race, and then you got 4 stages. So you got 4 extra cautions no matter what. And then, they couldn't do anything about the weather. They did have that short 25, 30-minute weather delay, which, that's going to happen. But, yeah, it's quite a long ordeal. I thought it was a good race, but, yeah, a little bit too long, and I was glad to see. I didn't have Ryan Blaney, didn't bet him this week. I didn't really like the Fords, but he ran well, and he had the best car by far, and I'm glad to see him win. He's one of my favorite guys. He's really, really stand-up guy, so happy for him.
Yeah, well, I had Chase Elliott. I thought he'd run well. He actually was running like in the top 10, but he was just dodging trouble the whole time. I knew there was going to be a problem there, and then I had Kyle Larson, and he had a strong car. I don't think he had a strong enough car to win it, but he had a strong enough car to finish in the top 10. And then, of course, he got tied up in a wreck he didn't finish for the first time in forever. So that sort of ruined my day. I sat there for 4 hours, and then at the end I got to watch Larson. He tried to come back out, but his wheel was his wheel was like crooked. It wasn't. NASCAR made him get off the track.
yeah, he wasn't going to be able to make that roll again. But yeah, he had a top 3 car probably. He was really good. But that's a long race, and if you can't stay out of trouble, you're going to be in trouble. Literally, guys like Kevin Harvick and these guys keep battling back. Chris Bell had like 10 problems, and he kept battling back. And yeah, it's definitely a survival test. And yeah, Chase Elliott, when he ran into the wall there, him and Denny Hamlin wasn't very happy with him.
No.
It looked like Elliott might have did it on purpose, but I saw a couple other guys' cars react the same way when they hit the wall. But yeah, it had everything though. It had a fight on pit road during the rain delay with Almirola and Bubba Wallace, and so exciting. But yeah, it's a little bit too long. I agree.
And Bubba came out of nowhere to finish 4th in the race. I was shocked. He was running like 12, 13, 14 all race, and he came out of nowhere. I actually had Tyler Reddick against him in a matchup, and he beat Reddick by a spot. So not a good day for me. Not a good weekend at all. So, but
no, I didn't do very well. Luckily, in the Indy 500, I was able to get in on Newgarden in play. I detected that his car was really good, and so I jumped on that. But that was just to salvage my day.
Yeah, because Hornquist.
We had really good. Felix Rosenquist had the best car on the course by far, and he just gets collected, and Pato Award's in the mix to win it, and things went wrong with him late. So, yeah, it was looking like it was going to be a really good day in the Indy 500, and it turned out to be a disaster. But as I mentioned, in-play wagering can at least get you out of some holes if you use it correctly. So, fortunately, I had the winner there in play, so that was good with Newgarden.
Yeah, once again, we're talking to Matt Watson, our fearless leader here on the Pine Room Podcast. He is back in Ocean City for his second stint there. His first stint, I think, was more of a working relaxation, but hopefully this one's all relaxation. All the boys are headed your way. You're going to have a house full here in a couple of days, which could lead to some hooting and hollering, I'd imagine.
Yeah, some late nights. I got to get rested up for when these guys come to town. So.
Yeah,
could be fun.
Yeah, so we got NHL. The teams are matched up now as Vegas just absolutely destroyed the Stars, which stunned me. And then the Heat pulled off a sort of a surprise, I would think, the way they handled the Celtics last night.
Yeah, it was pretty evident early in that game that the Celtics were a no-show. So it was just going to come down to whether or not the Heat could continue to execute, and with the coaching advantage that they do have, it was a great performance by the Heat. They played just as good as they could have under the circumstances. I mean, you could tell both teams are worn down, and it takes a lot out of a team to come back from being down 3-0, and Boston, again, couldn't protect home court, and that's been a problem of theirs the entire playoffs. So hats off to Miami. Glad they got the job done, and yeah, on to Denver now. It's going to be a tough game one, though. They're going to short turnaround, got to go out to altitude. It's going to be probably a definite bet on Denver.
I would imagine Denver would be probably a pretty strong play there. I think they're, what are they, like an 8-point favorite, I think?
I could see Miami just focusing on game 2 before they even play game 1.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets will be tough to beat in that series, mostly because of Miami's rest factor. But maybe they get Tyler Hero back. Maybe they can find some energy. Obviously, playing in the NBA Finals will energize you a little bit. So, but tough road ahead. If the Nuggets don't have any injuries, they're really well rested, and they got the best player in the world. So. Going to be tough for the Heat, but I expected to probably make it to 6 games.
That's what I'm thinking. 6, Denver in 6 maybe, and then NHL. What are your thoughts? Vegas is playing off, but Florida's playing really good.
Yeah, I like Florida in the series. I think it's a dead even series. Really, on paper, you're just getting Vegas a slight favor because of the home ice. I'm not even really sure how much that matters anymore. With the line matchups and things like that a little bit. But the goaltenders have been the story. Both these teams have gotten great goaltending. Vegas through a bunch of different guys. And then Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida, who's been exceptional and the front runner to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. So I think that I would lean Florida in the series. I'll take a wait-and-see approach. A little bit worried about Game 1 with the rust factor. They've been off a while. So that'll be intriguing to see how things go there. But I think some unders probably in the series. I think it's an under series, and I like the Panthers. I think they'll win the series in probably 6 games.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. I agree. So, well, enjoy the week. What are you going to be? 2 weeks? You going to be down there?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll be here for 2 more weeks just watching some French Open tennis. Medvedev just got bounced, so big upset there in French Open. If you're following tennis. So,
yeah, I wanted to ask you about the girl from Ukraine, Kostyuk, not shaking hands with Sabalenka. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's obviously had something to do with the war.
Yeah, definitely.
And more so just the interpretation of she thought Sabalenka disrespected her in some regard or something like that. But, the Belarusians and the Russian tennis players, they're it's really unfortunate for them because they have nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
And most of them live in the United States, and I find it shameful that, and I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but they don't even put their flags up on the the graphics. They're the only 2 countries that you don't even know where the person's from, and I think that's wrong. And for you to indict, can you imagine, I've said this before, can you imagine if all of us were indicted for the actions of our government? Like, they labeled us whatever X because of what someone in our government did? I find it ridiculous and terrible. And Sabalenka, she's trying to win tennis matches. And it's terrible to see these young athletes treated like that. It's really not fair to them at all. They don't have any say in this war, and we all want that war to end. But, yeah, disappointing to see that. And, just wish the best to all those competing in that French Open. It's a great tournament.
And then I want one more opinion. What do you think of Le'Veon Bell coming out and told everybody he smoked marijuana before games, and he go out and rush for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns?
Not one bit surprised. I've heard a few people in the Pittsburgh media that had been on to that for a while that had said that he openly did do that, and that was the rumor pretty much around their around the Steelers beat reporters. So, yeah, not surprised at all, but just another guy. You wonder what his career would have turned into if he didn't do that. But
great example for kids who look up to him, really.
I mean, it's just you find these examples left and right of these people, John Morant and Le'Veon Bell. I mean, it's really a tough time if you're a parent and you got a kid that enjoys these sporting events to find decent role models. But I don't know. Stick to golf and NASCAR and maybe tennis. That might be your best. Maybe soccer. But, yeah. It's the North American sports are really tough to find role models. It becomes tougher every day. It's just the greed and the way that these guys act entitled and the horrible decisions that they make that the rest of us would kill to have.
Yeah, well, anyway, enjoy the nice weather in Ocean City, and thanks for calling in and giving us your insight as always. And we're probably going to be off Thursday. Everybody's going to be with you, so we'll kick it back up next Monday, and you guys enjoy the weekend. And by the time you get back, it'll be just about time to kick off our beer. Getting pretty excited about that.
Yep. We're hard to believe we're almost in June, definitely.
Yeah, it really is. So, all right, well, that once again, that was Matt Watson, our fearless leader. You guys.
Hey, Matt, before you go, real quick, stick around because we're going to be doing 2 lies and the song thing that I have yet to come up with a name for.
Text us in your winning picks.
All right. I'll be listening.
Matt,
all right,
let's
guys,
go
thanks.
Bucks.
Talk to you soon.
No, hey.
Oh, boy. The Bucks, stick a fork in them.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Say had a question for the Bucks. For some reason, I can't get his text to come through. If I can somehow find it, I'll call back in and because he had a question for you.
What was it? Say had a question?
Yeah, he had a question about the Pirates, but I'm not sure. I can't find it on our text line, so if he can send it again.
I mean, I don't know what he's asking, but I'll say real quick, the Pirates are in big trouble. Big trouble.
I think it's about time.
Yeah, you saw a lot of teams kind of slow out of the gate that have now gotten back up to to level footing here now. The Giants and the Reds and some of these teams who are on the upswing. Well, the Pirates are on the downswing, majorly bad right now. And aside for the A's, I'm not sure there's a worse team in Major League Baseball. Right
okay,
now.
I found it. He said, I want to know everyone's thoughts on if the Pirates are going to end up dropping to the bottom of the division, or will they battle and have a shot at the division?
I'd say there was a much better chance they're going to be last in that division than first, and it's not a good division. But no, I think the Pirates have come down to earth after a really good start, and their win total under is not out of the realm.
No, I'm nervous.
That's bad news.
It could be a long few months here. The A's won last night, So they got their 11th win.
Yeah,
Beat the Astros.
11-45.
I'm not sure the Pirates will win another series for a while. They need to really take care of business against these teams that are kind of equal to them. If they're going to lose series to mediocre teams, it's going to be a rough.
And then they come home to the Cardinals, which the Cardinals are always good against the Pirates. So
right,
it's
better,
not
now
looking
they're back
good.
in the mix a little. No, I'd say the Pirates are in serious trouble, and they're going to be sellers at the deadline. Well, they'd be stupid not to be. So if I'm them right now, I'm figuring out ways to unload Bednar, Mitch Keller, and anybody else that can find anybody that would offer anything for them. So, yep, unload them.
Maybe they'll get Shohei.
Start it back up.
Yeah.
Hey, Shohei's probably going to move. That's going to be incredible.
That'll be amazing.
Where he goes, but there's a lot of teams that are in on him right now. So I think you'll. I don't know what to make of that, but the Twins are heavily involved, which was a surprise to me. But I'd expect the Mets and the Dodgers to be the front runners.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right, Matt.
Go get
Bye,
'em.
Matt.
I'll talk to you.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Matt. Of course, he's a familiar voice here around the Watchdog Pine Room Studios. So we, without further ado, and I'm sure Matt will join us here through the telephone waves, he will join us into the time machine. I think it's time, so I'm going to get the keys ready. Why don't we fire it up? Ladies and gentlemen, today in the time machine with the Pine Room Podcast.
3, 2, 1.
Read my lips.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
One small step.
You're out to see the wizard.
We shall fight on the beaches.
We made it, and we have got we're in hyperspeed mode again this week because we don't have a whole lot of time because we're going to be talking to Doug Costain at the 2:08 hour, and then Mickey McNeil at the 2:35 hour. So we're going to be blazing through here. Jared, I'll let you take the first one. It's your girl.
She's back. May 30th. That's today in 1431. As the 100 Years' War rages on, 19-year-old Joan of Arc is burned at the stake.
It's
by
incredible.
the English.
The reason that she was put on trial was for heresy, and it was in Rowan on January 9th. She was accused of having I think is it blasphemed? Is that the verb version of blasphemous? Blasphemed by wearing men's clothes, of acting upon visions that were demonic, and of refusing to submit her words and deeds to the church because she claimed she would be judged by God alone. So there you go. That's the reason that Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. May 30th, 1498, Christopher Columbus departs Spain with 6 ships for his third trip to America, which would take him to Trinidad, Central America, and eventually Jamaica. I'm not sure what those I'm going to find out what those 6 ships were called. But I know they weren't the Nina Pinta or Santa, as our boy Marco from School of Rock pronounces it, Santa Marina.
Yeah, I think we looked at, didn't I? I think I looked at the map of where he went. I thought that, I'm trying to think what trip that was that he went on. But yeah,
well, it says I can't. It says this that I can only find the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria. Let me see if I can find the 6. I can't find it. Anyway, let's put the date in.
In 1539. Hernando de Soto lands near Tampa, Florida, with 10 ships and 700 men. 2 years after the departure from Spain. He landed in Florida, which is now believed present-day Tampa.
He made it.
That's a good area. He picked a good area, that's for sure.
But there were some dirty guys on that ship.
No.
Yeah.
They all had scurvy.
However long that...
stinky guys.
Do you know how long that journey was?
I don't know, but it was 2 years. It must have taken a long time.
Jeez.
Yeah, they got the scabies. All right, I'll take it. No, Jarrett, you go ahead. 1806.
1806, future President Andrew Jackson, who was the 7th president, kills Charles Dickinson in a duel after Dickinson accused Jackson's wife Rachel of bigamy.
Yeah, can you imagine that being a thing now? You could just say, hey, I challenge you to a duel, and you go up to a hill and then fire it, then shoot at each other.
Yeah, there's like a drawing of it. They just, looks like he had the quick draw.
The fastest hand in the West.
I don't know if he blasted him. Looks like it might have been a fatal shot to the dome. I think that's what it was.
He got him. All right, his pistol cleared leathered quicker than the old Texas Red. That's a big iron. Go listen to that. Then we're talking 1842. English cabinet maker John Francis attempts to assassinate Queen Victoria after she leaves church services at St. James Place, but his weapon fails to fire. I'm sure that would have caused a lot of fallout if that weapon went off. But something in the fates designed that weapon and not shoot correctly, and here we still that line still went on. So Queen Victoria was spared by Mr. John Francis. Coach, take us to the last one.
And 1983, the one and only George Steinbrenner, the owner of the New York Yankees, was suspended for the second time in 11 seasons and for repeated public harangues of league umpires. So he was criticizing the umpires pretty heavily, and he got suspended for a week.
Yeah, I think he was fined like $50,000 for that too.
And he couldn't attend games or be in the office at Yankee Stadium for 1 week. So
what an awesome guy he was.
He
was awesome.
Very controversial. Did a lot of crazy things, but
man, he wanted to win.
He was a winner and would spend money just like you spend it at the grocery store. He was amazing. He was an amazing guy.
Well, talking about amazing things, I think it's time that we do a little celebratory dance here in the Pine Room Studios. It's birthday time. If it's your birthday or somebody's birthday, send us a message, 717-7927. We'll give them a little birthday shout-out. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. We love you very much. Hope you have a great day, have a great week, and then a great weekend. The weather's supposed to be nice for a birthday, so if you're a birthday here in the late days of May, enjoy yourself. Have a great day. Happy birthday, wherever you may be. And without further ado, let's get into a little bit of birthdays today. Following up here, all the way back to 1220, Alexander Nevsky, Prince of Novgorod, Prince of and Grand Prince of Vladimir. He's born today. Henry Addington, the first Viscount Sidmouth, British Prime Minister. A lot of royalty today. Benny Goodman, American clarinetist and band leader, King of Swing, born in Chicago, Illinois. George Headley, West Indies cricket batsman. Jarrett, you love cricket. He got 22 tests, 2,190 runs. Pretty good athlete there. Alexei Leonov, 89th birthday today, old guy. 1934 Russian cosmonaut. He was flying up there in space. Now it's his birthday today. Gale Sayers, American College and Pro Football Hall of Fame halfback, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL rushing leader for the Chicago Bears, and the source of the TV movie Brian's Song. His birthday today. And then Brian Kobilka, I believe that's how you pronounce it, 1955 American physiologist who won the 2012 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So you're sharing birthdays with a whole bunch of people.
You're really digging for some of these, too, like a cricket batsman.
Well, no, there's just the ones that I'm finding here. Tom Morello.
But we got a huge belated birthday shout-out to one of our own Pine Room members. He's not usually on the podcast, but he's a Pine Room member. Belated birthday to our friend Nick.
Oh, Nick.
On the
Happy
27th,
birthday, Nick.
which was, what was that? Saturday?
Saturday.
No, Friday.
Friday. Happy birthday, Nick.
Wonder if he did anything special for his
his
birthday.
mom cooked him an unbelievable
nice dinner last night. I think he had lobster
dinner.
and biscuits and
Really?
shrimp,
Filet.
something.
Well, good for him. He deserves it.
Well, today,
happy birthday, Nick.
For those of you with your birthday today, finishing off here, you share a birthday with Tom Morello, 1964 he was born. American guitarist. He turns 59 today for Audio Slave and Rage Against the Machine. Winona Judd, 1964, American country singer, the Judds, born in Ashland, Kentucky. She's got a lot of talent today if you're born today. And then, of course, the kid's favorite, Idina Menzel, or Adele Dazeem, as Tom Travolta called him. called her 52nd birthday today. She was the actress and singer in the movie Frozen for Elsa. And that's pretty much it for birthdays today. So if it's your birthday today,
I want to send out another birthday wish. Now I just found this out. Lipton Rawlings.
Oh, Lipton.
Oh,
Lipton Rawlings.
Whoa.
Is today's Lipton's birthday?
Yes, 27 today.
Can you believe it?
Happy birthday, Lipton.
One of our biggest fans. He's
my
called in
teas.
occasionally. Happy birthday, Lipton.
Oh,
happy
my
birthday, T.
Goodness gracious. Lipton Rawling was born today. Good Lord. Then we're going to go, let's go into a little bit of weddings, equally as fascinating here. If it's your wedding, happy anniversary, or if you're getting married today, congratulations. In 1536, England's King Henry VIII again marries Jane Seymour, his third wife. We got William Wilberforce. How about that last name, Wilberforce? A 1797 abolitionist. He weds Barbara Spooner at St. Swithin's Church in Walcott. Frederick March. In 1927, Academy Award-winning actor Frederick March marries actress Florence Eldridge. And then one of Champ's favorite artists of all time, and I can't believe she's on this list. If it's your wedding day, you share a wedding with this lovely lady. In 1966, Dolly Parton, American country singer-songwriter, weds Carl Dean.
Why does Champ like her so much?
Well, he likes
the songs.
Jolene.
Yeah. I
and then I know our cousin D-Lo, big fan of this guy, Paul Simon, 1992 American singer-songwriter. Paul Simon weds American rock singer-songwriter Eddie Brickwell. And then, of course, Richard Dreyfuss. I know that Earl, if Earl's listening to this, the famous actor in Jaws, 1998. Weds accountant Janelle Lacey in Los Angeles. Then, Jarrett, you just mentioned this guy 2 days ago, Charlie Sheen, 2008 film actor. He wed at 42, weds socialite Brooke Mueller. And we don't have any divorces today.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, we have another anniversary. I wanted to send that in our family. Kristen and Brian Roberts yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many years that is, but they have some exciting times coming up.
Yeah, there you go. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, they got exciting times coming up as their youngest son is still deciding on where he's going to play Division I college football. He's literally been offered by every Division I football program in the country, including Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame. Go down the line.
Wow.
Every one of them offered him.
Hopefully he goes to Tennessee.
Happy anniversary, and we love you very much. But if it was your wedding, happy anniversary.
Could Kissel sing that?
I'll see if I can find it.
Find Kissel, because he really sings the best rendition of I've ever heard.
Yes, he does. And I think, you know what? I'm gonna switch the pacing up for today. We're gonna go right into the music.
So I was finding the Kissel song.
I know Chris really likes.
I'm gonna mute your microphone.
Kisses.
There you go. Happy anniversary to those of you out there.
Kissel does a beautiful rendition. I like seeing him in concert.
We are just going to go right through it here. I'm going to tune our radio here in our time machine and go right into the music.
No break?
No break. We're going to go right into it. We're going to have a late break. We're going to have a late break.
Okay, that was illegal.
No. The top of the hour is illegal. This one.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I don't think
need to pay the bills.
I don't think it's necessarily illegal, but it's going to be a late break here today. Then we're gonna have a short second half, I guess we can do, because we're just gonna do into Two Lies and a Florida Guy, and then we're gonna go into some more stuff. But for right now, we're gonna go into
my favorite time,
top songs. All right, so we're gonna start off. These are the Billboard Top 100 songs. Today we got the 2 and 3, so 2 and 3 spots of the Billboard Top 100 of the year for 2022, going all the way down to 1962. I recommend that you don't call in during this because I'm going to be listing these off, and it's hard for me to answer the phone. So for now, we're going to get right into this. So right now, 2022, this is number 3 of the top 100 songs of 2022. The album F Love 3 Over You, and that F is a curse word. 2.5 billion plays on Spotify. The genre is pop rock, or pop rap, pop rock, or synth pop. Released July 9th, 2022, the solo artist crossover with one of the most popular and well-known and listened-to artists of the early 2000s. At the 2021 RAIA Music Awards, the song won the ARIA Award for Best Pop Release, resulting in both artists win the ARIA Award for Best Artist. At the APRA Music Awards of 2022, the song won the award for Song of the Year, and Alex Zitto of Hot New Hip Hop felt that the song is every bit as infectious as one would expect, and thought of it to be a solid pop offering for the summer. However, he later criticized the song for being some of the artist's most anonymous work yet, and concluded that it could easily be a hit for The Weeknd or Post Malone.
Wait, so this is all this artist, not the one that was featured?
What do you mean?
You were reading. Okay, so this is for that song.
Yes.
The album is F Love, but
F Love 3.
Is this artist still alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was XXX Tentacion.
No, he's still alive.
So pop rap,
pop rock, synth pop.
And is features one of the most popular ever?
Yes. No, yes. His feature is one of the most popular artists in our lifetime ever.
Wait, so does this song feature someone?
The song features an artist that is incredibly popular.
Okay. Well, it makes me think it's Drake.
No,
it's not Drake. The Weeknd?
Nope.
Oh my gosh!
I'll give you 5 seconds. 5. 4,
Wait. What?
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! That's gonna. Sam Robinson is going to be absolutely
Stay, the Kid Laroi, and Justin Bieber.
I'm upset.
All right,
Sam Robinson is going to be upset with me.
I think
Why?
He actually texted about this. No,
why is Sam going to be upset?
Because he's a music guy too, and
right.
I believe he's listening.
Here we go. All right, 2012. This is the number 3 top 100 song of 2012. The album, I'm not going to give it yet because it could give away the artist and the song. The B-side of 1 Foot, 938 million plays on Spotify. The genre is stadium rock, indie pop. Released September 20th, 2011. It was performed at the 2011 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival and the American late-night television show Conan, and was used as the opening song for the 2012 MTV Movie Awards. The song won the Grammy Award for Song of the Year and 55th Grammy Awards, where it was also nominated for Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo Group Performance. And Rolling Stone columnist Steve Knopper compared the song's crossover success to that of Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks, writing that the song displays a sprightly pop novelty feeling that is the best track on the album. And this artist has been on this list as a feature.
So it's a group, or
it's a group band featuring another artist, which is not very popular. You wouldn't know her.
What year was this?
This is 2012.
2012. This is a group featuring an artist.
Yes.
What was the genre again?
The genre is stadium rock, indie pop.
Rock. Oh man. They have been on this list before?
They have been on this list as a feature. 5, 4, 3.
I know this song.
2. Very much so.
We are young. Matt got that right.
We are young.
Just now, Matt texted "Fun."
Fun featuring Janelle Monáe. We sang that on a trip. Well, I didn't, but one of our friends did, and it did not go well. So I have some pretty bad feelings about that song. We're going to go to 2002. I know that everybody in here is going to know this song. Number 3, top 100 song of 2002. The album, I can't say the name of the album because it will give away the artist. 419 million plays on Spotify. The genre is hip-hop. The B-side, Not in My House and King's Highway. Released May 7th, 2002. The song was integral, song was the inaugural winner of the Grammy Award for Best Male Rap Solo Performance at the 45th Annual Grammy Awards in 2014. The radio station Hot 105.7 played this song at a continuous loop to promote its change from a Latin music station. The marathon lasted 72 hours and made worldwide headlines, and there were 2 music videos for this single, one set in a dance club and the alternative one with a shot at the St. Louis Arch. This is a solo male performer, very popular in the early 2000s.
What was the genre?
The genre is hip-hop.
50 Cent?
No.
Eminem?
No.
Eminem?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a one-word name.
Oh, boy. One-word name. We're waiting for tweets. We're waiting for texts.
Oh, my gosh.
5.
I know the song.
4.
It's getting hot
3,
in here.
2.
Yeah, what?
Nelly.
Nelly.
It's
Jeez,
getting hot
yeah.
in here.
Okay.
It's getting hot in the
That
studio
makes me
right
feel
now.
a little bit better.
Not for the reasons on the song, but in 1992, we're going to go down again. Number 2, tops 100 song of 1992 from the album Mac Daddy, B-side Cake Boy, You Can't Slip. 198 million plays on Spotify. The genre is hip-hop, dirty rap, or Miami bass. Released May 7th, 1992. Won a 1993 Grammy Award for Best Pop Solo Performance, or Best Rap Solo Performance. My apologies. It was ranked number 6 on VH1's Greatest Songs of the 90s and number 1 on VH1's Greatest One-Hit Wonders of the 90s. Mark Coleman for the Rolling Stones said the song celebrates a section of the anatomy long revered by rappers.
This is obviously a solo male.
This is a male solo performer.
1992?
Yes. This would probably say is a one-hit wonder. I have not heard much from this guy.
So it's not Tupac and it's not Biggie.
Matt.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Baby Got Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Matt, good work.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, there you go.
Our friend Sam texted 6 times Craig Mack for the last one. He did get Nelly.
Okay.
He did get Nelly. I think he's a little delayed.
Yeah, it's like on a 7 second
he said
delay
Craig
here.
Mack. He then said it again 7 times.
All
Craig
right.
Mack, all caps.
No,
but that wasn't right.
All right, here we go. Keep an eye on that text here. For 1982, we got 2 more left on our list, 3 more left on our list, and then we'll go to a short break here. This is number 2 of the top 100 song in 1982. The album, I can't give the album because it'll also give away the title of the song, and it's also the album is a movie. The B-side, Take You on a Saturday, 1.04 billion plays on Spotify. The genre is hard rock, released May 31st, 1982. The band won an award for Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals at the 25th Annual Grammy Awards. We are going to call the song Survival. This is a quote by the artist. We are going to call the song Survival in the rhyme scheme. You could tell we had to set up for rival to rhyme with survival. The song was nominated for the 1982 Academy Award for Best Original Song, the only Oscar nomination for the movie that it was in, but it lost to Up Where We Belong from An Officer and a Gentleman. And 3 lawsuits were filed against 3 different political figures, including Newt Gingrich, Mitt Romney, and Mike Huckabee, for the rights to or for the usage of this song in their campaigns.
Would we know this song?
Instantly.
You said it's the name
And
of
I'll
a
tell you this,
It's the
Jared.
name of a movie or a game?
No. The song is in the movie, and the album is the name of the movie that it is in.
Oh,
and I'm going to tell you this right now, Jarrett. You cannot stand this song, and neither can I.
Oh man, I kept thinking. For some reason, I
think
thought
about it while I answer the
For some
phone.
reason, I thought you said game, and I kept thinking Bad Company, by Bad Company. But I absolutely can't stand this song from '82. I need to know. It's a group, I think he said.
I have a call in from a listener. Ramsey Lever thinks he knows the answer to this song.
What's his name?
Ramsey Lever.
Where's he from?
Well, he can answer.
Hey guys, Ramsey here, calling over from here in Shady Side. How are you?
Oh,
Okay,
great,
Ramsey, how are you?
Hey guys, I think I know the answer. I just wanted to say I love the show. Long time listener, first time caller. Been over here in Shady Side for a while. Played high school football here. 6'2", 255.
Whoa! All right.
I wanted to guess the song. Is it Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen? I'm going to shut up and listen. Bye, guys.
It is not Bohemian Rhapsody by
Matt
Queen.
says "Eye of the Tiger," and I think it is "Eye of the Tiger," isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I can't stand that song.
It's a horrible song.
It's
I hate
horrible.
the song.
Just it's so overused that like.
Doesn't want to make you get up and eat a raw egg in the morning.
Matt was right. Let's see if we had any text in. If anybody else got it right, we had No. No anybody else.
Hang on. Wait, I had one text. Timmy Lincoln sent in 38 Special, Caught Up in You.
No, that Timmy. Sorry, Timmy.
Timmy Lincoln, I don't know.
Well, yeah, Matt with another winner here. We're going to go to 1972. Here we go. Number 3, top 100 song in 1972, the album American Pie. Oh, I just gave it away.
I was saying American Pie. Do you have 62?
I guess I have 62 now. No, I had a lot of trivia to that.
Well, how's
anyway,
American Pie
we'll play
start
American
out?
Pie. There you go.
I miss American Pie.
Damn, I had a lot of trivia to that too. Oh man.
He messed it up.
I messed it up because I have the album name, but I have parentheses. Don't share the name, and I didn't see the parentheses. Anyway, here's American Pie. There.
What a song.
One of the longest songs ever.
Yeah, one of my things in here is Coach says that if Jim Bursey played this and the Edmund Fitzgerald back-to-back, it would be one set.
One set. Dave, we'll take a break.
1962, here we go. Number 1 top 100 song of 1962. The album is the name of the single. The B-side, Take My Lips in the UK, but Cielito Lindo in the U.S. 14 million plays in Spotify. The genre is easy listening and jazz. Released October 1961. On May 26, 1962, this song became the first British recording to reach number 1 in the U.S. It was the UK's biggest-selling single of 1962 and this biggest-selling instrumental single of all time, and appears 58th on the official UK list of the best-selling singles issued in 2002. And it sold 1.16 million copies as of November 2012. There's zero chance that anybody gets this, but there could be a slight chance that Coach gets this.
I was thinking the Beatles,
Boys?
but
No, this is a little before their time. This is a solo artist. It is easy listening in jazz, and I believe
it's an instrumental song.
Yes.
Jeez.
But I think it has lyrics, but this one on Spotify does not. There's just no way that you're gonna get this.
Ray Charles.
No, I'll give you his initials. A.B.
Alderson Broadus.
I've heard this name, but I've never listened to any of his music, and I don't think anybody in here listens to him.
Antonio Banderas.
No, he wasn't even alive. No.
Would I have any idea here?
No, zero. This is Stranger on the Shore, Acker Bilk.
Oh, Lord. Nope.
This was number 1 on the top 100.
A lot of slow dances back in the day to this one.
There you go, Acker Bilk. And then while we're at, we're not going to have time for a break here, but while we're at music, we might as well hit our song quiz here, and then we'll come back after the break and finish up with the answers. But I got really good quiz or clues here. So get ready, get your pads and papers out. Everybody listening, everybody texting in, get your pad and papers out. This is taken from Carl Pilkington's XFM radio show back in 2008 in the UK. He dubbed it Rockbusters. I'm still trying to come up with a name for it. I'm going to give you a clue. The answer is the answer is a play on words of either an artist or a band, and I'll give you the initial, and it's your job to figure out who I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's get this out. We're going to do 2 lies and then get to break and come back with some new guests. So here we go. This is clue number 1. You should check out this place I visited last summer. I think they're sponsored by TripAdvisor, Duolingo, Warren Wilson, and Dijon Football Côte d'Or. The initials OC. You should check out this place I visited last summer. I think they're sponsored by TripAdvisor, Duolingo, Warren Wilson, and Dijon Football Côte d'Or. The initial OC.
What's Dijon Football Côte d'Or?
I don't know. You'll have to figure it out.
Oh, coat and then a door.
No, it's COTED''OR. It's French, I believe.
Wow.
Clue number 2. I went to the United Kingdom last week. You wouldn't believe what they were doing there. They were just chucking these weapons at people's patellas. I'm still limping. The initials BS. I went to the United Kingdom last week. You wouldn't believe what they were doing. They were just chucking these weapons at people's patellas. I'm still limping. The initial BS. Clue 3. I yelled this to a farmer when I wanted him to throw me and my buddies some grain. The initial W. I yelled this to a farmer when I wanted him to throw me and my buddy some grain. The initial W. Clue 4.
Jeez.
All I wanted to do was play this game with my friend, but it's weird. The pieces were too fat for my hands. The initials CC. All I wanted to do was play this game with my friend, but it's weird. The pieces were just too fat for my hands. The initial CC. And clue number 5, they might not be the Bloods or the Crips, but this diabetic group definitely has the high ground. They might not be the Bloods or the Crips, but this diabetic group definitely has the high ground. Initial TSG. And you guys talk about this while I answer the phone.
Wow, I'm like my brain's spinning right now. TSG, I think I got. OC.
I don't have any of them.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
W about the farmer?
Yeah, farmer. Well, I don't say anything yet, but
I don't know.
What he said. The first one. What was the first one was about breaking your knees? No,
that's something at the patellas. That was CC. I don't know.
And then OC was about the mustard Cote d'Or mustard football Cote d'Or, and then you were
I don't know.
It was something about TripAdvisor.
Man, I'm not even close on any of them.
Initials OC.
Has anybody texted in?
We have no texting. No texting yet. Oh, no, we do have some. Savion says that Coach has him laughing.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to go through these, and then we're going to do a little bit 2 lies, and then wrap this segment up. Our big, long, take a little nice, decent break after this before we talk to Doug Costain. Here we go. Clue number 1. You should check out this place I visited last summer. I think they're sponsored by TripAdvisor, Duolingo, Warren Wilson, and Dijon Football Cote d'Or. The initial OC. Clue 2. I went to the United Kingdom the last weekend. You wouldn't believe what they were doing, just chucking these weapons at people's patellas. I'm still limping. The initial BS. Clue 3. I yelled this to the farmer when I wanted him to throw me and my buddy some grain. I yelled this to my farmer when I wanted him to throw me and my buddy some grain. The initial W. And clue 4. All I wanted to do was play this game with my friend, but it's weird. The pieces are too fat for my hands. The initial CC. Clue 5, they might not be the Bloods or the Crips, but this diabetic group definitely has the high ground. The initial TSG.
I got that one. I got that one.
You got that one?
I got that one, yeah.
Okay.
I got that one.
Don't look at your phones either, because I'm sure Matt's going to get these.
I have that one. The first 4 have me. Can you... Okay, never mind.
We'll take it when we come back. But here we go. We're gonna kick it to another game show here because we got some people to talk to after this hour. So we got to get these out now. We're gonna go with it. And if you guys have not played this at home, play along now. I know there's a lot of people listening right now. So we're gonna play a little bit of 2 Lies and a Florida Guy. Not a real siren. Be careful though.
You better buckle your bootstraps and get to running, 'cause you got the law on your tail, boy. We're as South gets, and it's time for 2 Lies and a Florida Guy. Yeehaw!
All right, I got to give them a shout out because you love them very much here. Frizzy Customs. Whether it's repair, upgrade, or a new project, head over to the tech gurus at Frizzy Customs Computer and Electronics. Derek Frizzy and his crew specialize in computer and technical hardware and can repair anything from your phone to your computer to your gaming system. If it's a cracked screen or any other issue, there's no problem there. You can head over to Frizzy Customs Computer and Electronics. It's only over in 319 Crescent Street, Bel Air, Ohio, on weekdays from 9 to 5. Or give them a call at 740-671-8814. For any of your hardware or software needs, visit Frizzy Customs, Computer and Electronics. Here we go. 2 Lies and a Florida Guy. I'm going to read 3 titles here, 3 articles. It's your job to figure out which one is the truth, which 2 are the truth, which one is the lie. Without further ado, let's get right into it. With our first story, Florida man attempts to steal iguana from a hotel courtyard, loses both hands. A Florida man was arrested and taken to the Good Samaritan Medical Center after he was attempted to steal a wild iguana from the Super 8 by Wyndham Lantana in West Palm Beach on Wednesday. According to police reports, 45-year-old Elvin Coleman, of Orlando, Florida, was found wrestling the reptile just outside the confines of the motel early Wednesday morning after reports of screaming and crashing sounds were called in by several hotel guests. When police arrived, they found Coleman covered in blood and with one hand trapped in the mouth of the wild iguana. The iguana eventually released Coleman's hand and eluded officers before escaping in a nearby brush. Police reported Coleman had severe lacerations to his fingers, hands, and wrists of both arms and was immediately taken to medical treatment. Despite doctors' cleaning and sealing of the wounds, bacteria introduced by the iguana's bites led to a rare flesh-eating infection, which eventually led to both amputation of both of Coleman's hands. No charges were filed against Coleman, and he has since recovered from both of his injuries. Iguana trouble. Secondly, Florida man drives stolen truck to Space Force base to warn of battle between aliens and dragons. A Florida man was arrested Friday for driving a stolen pickup truck to a Space Force base in Brevard County in what he called a mission from the President of the United States. According to Wesh 2 News, 29-year-old Corey Johnson of Ocala stole a Ford F-150 from Riviera Beach 3 days before he drove to Patrick Space Force base. After a 3-day journey, when Johnson tried to get into the base, he claimed that the president had told him telepathically into his mind that he needed to take the vehicle and warn government officials that there were U.S. aliens fighting Chinese dragons. It is unknown if the message has been confirmed, but investigators are still working on discovering new information. Johnson was arrested and booked in the Brevard County Jail. He was charged with grand theft auto for a motor vehicle, and the bond was set at $3,000. And Patrick Space Force Base is home to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station and Space Launch Delta 45, which is described as the premier launch delta of the United States Space Force. The site is located approximately 18 miles away from Kennedy Space Center. And then finally, Florida man arrested after crashing truck with 34 cartons of stolen eggs. Following a report in July 2011, Duval County Police were alerted of a fiery car crash involving a singular Chevrolet Silverado off the north-south exit of I-295 onto St. Augustine Road. Upon arrival, deputies discovered 38-year-old Cornell Brooks collecting what officers originally assumed to be drug paraphernalia or illegal substances. However, after Brooks was taken into custody, what they discovered was not illegal drugs, but over 400 eggs stolen and linked to an early report from a local Publix superstore regarding a theft. Brooks was charged with larceny, DWI, and use of illegal substances with intention to distribute after large amounts of PCP were found in the burnt remains of a Silverado. Upon questioning, Brooks explained that the eggs were not chicken eggs, as the store had advertised, but instead dragon eggs that the government officials force upon the nation in order to keep classified species populations to a minimum. To which he explained that dragons were native to Florida before World War II, and eggs were worth millions of dollars on the black market. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison on a $50,000 release bond. We got shaking heads here in the studio, folks, so if you're playing along at home.
I know which one I'm going with.
Okay, so we have, to start off, we're going to go back through here. Florida man attempts to steal iguana from hotel courtyard, loses both hands. Florida man drives stolen truck to Space Force Base to warn of battle between aliens and dragons. And Florida man arrested after crashing truck with 34 cartons of stolen eggs. Deliberation time here in the studio.
Are we giving our answers now?
Give them now, because
we are having some call-ins here. Soup says Cornell Brooks with the stolen eggs.
Stolen eggs.
And I'm with Soup.
And we got two on the stolen eggs.
The punishment for the egg seems a little bit too harsh. So I'm gonna go with the guy losing his hands for the iguana.
Okay, we got iguana stolen eggs.
Got anything from Matt?
I have not seen anything from Matt yet.
Matt or Curry, usually they're calling in and
let me check the text
pick the
line.
winner.
We got let's see here. We have no answers in the text line yet. I believe Sam is trying to call. Call if you have your answer, 304-214-1600. Text line is 717-7927.
Matt says the hands guy, the iguana.
All right, so we have Jarrett and Matt on the hands guy, Coach and Soup on the cartons of eggs.
That's Cornell Brooks, by the way.
Cornell Brooks.
Elvin Coleman is the guy that lost his hands.
And then we have Sam on Aliens vs. Dragons. And we have, let's see,
That's
any
Corey
more
Johnson.
answers? We have Sam. Let me answer the phone real quick. You guys deliberate for a couple more minutes.
Well, I'm going with the eggs. It seems that's the only one that seems possible to me.
Yeah. Sam says our friend Sam said he lived in Brevard. So,
did he?
Yeah, so he may have known of this.
Oh, he probably has inside information.
He says it was the Dragons. So
he's going with the Dragons.
I actually think he might be on the phone right now. I'm not sure.
All right. We got a man from Texas calling in by the name of Sam with his answer. Sam, what's your vote for Two Lies?
I don't want to give it away, but as a former Brevard County resident, I am here to say with 100% certainty it was the man with the Aliens versus Dragons. That 100% did happen.
Okay. All right. Well, there's Sam's vote. Thanks for calling in, Sam.
Bye, Sam.
Thank you.
That was Corey Johnson. Sam might know him.
Oh.
Sam might know Corey Johnson.
All right. So Sam 100% believes that it is the Aliens versus Dragons guy.
It looks like we have another text in from our friend Isaac. He says nails. That was what his answer was.
Who's nails?
I don't know. He says he
right.
just said nails.
It's Soup. Soup's calling in. He has the disagreement here.
Fellas, it's Soup here calling. Hey, I just wanted to say I know someone named Sam's calling in from Texas. There's absolutely no way that story is true. It has to be the stolen eggs.
All right.
All right. Well, Sam said 100%, so he sounded pretty
He's a Brevard County resident.
All right. Okay. All right. So we gotta run to break here soon, but I'll let him in. So Jarrett and Matt are on the hands. Sam is on the Aliens versus Dragons. Coach and Soup are on the eggs. And the answer is Aliens versus Dragons.
How do you know that?
Wow.
That's incredible that he knew about this.
Yeah, that's actually
first-hand account from our friend
Sam.
Sam.
There you go.
Corey Johnson.
All right. Well, that's an actual story there. Thank you for playing Two Lies and a Florida Guy. And then we'll come back with our music quiz answers after a short break. And we're going to be talking to Doug Costain, the new Brook head baseball coach. And then we're going to be continuing with some of our news. And then Mickey McNeil, he's the man who shot 2 hole-in-ones at Palmer in the same round, which is just an incredible feat, which I don't think will probably ever happen again at that course, but I could be wrong. Maybe he's going to be shooting for 3 here soon. But we are going to be back here after a short break. Remember that we are the Pine Room Podcast, and you can visit our store at thepineroomshop.com. Follow us on social media at the Pine Room Podcast. We're going to be on here every Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursday. Unfortunately, we're not going to be on this upcoming week on Thursday. Not this upcoming week, this week on Thursday. But join us here. Listen to everything we've done on social media at the Pine Room Podcast. Go listen on YouTube. And you can watch this live on YouTube and get into the chat room. We appreciate playing along with some of these segments. We're going to take a quick break and be back with our caller, Doug Costain, talking about his new position as the head baseball coach at Brook. So we'll be right back. Thanks for joining us with the Pine Room Podcast on the Watchdog.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600, WKKX Wheeling.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A compromise bill to raise the debt ceiling now making its way through a committee today for review. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has indicated he wants a vote by tomorrow to give the Senate time to vote before the June 5th default deadline. ABC's Jay O'Brien says there are some bumps ahead. At least 18 hardline Republicans say they won't support it.
It's too late in the game to make changes, but instead what we are seeing are House Republicans continue that message
messaging to their members to say, look what we have done over the last few months. The thing that they repeatedly highlight to try to drum up support for this legislation is the president's own words that he wasn't going to negotiate on the debt ceiling, and Speaker McCarthy, other House Republican leaders telling their members, we made him negotiate on the debt ceiling, and this is the product of that legislation.
President Biden also working to shore up votes within his own party to get it passed. New GOP presidential candidate and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will officially hit the campaign trail today. He'll hold an event later tonight in Iowa. The Carter Center has announced former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has dementia. In a statement, the family says the 95-year-old continues to enjoy living in Plains, Georgia with her husband, former President Jimmy Carter. He's been receiving hospice care since February. Demolition of the partially collapsed apartment complex in Davenport, Iowa, now on hold. That after officials say at least 5 are still unaccounted for and 2 may be inside. Davenport Fire Marshal Jim Morris.
It is our goal to be able to conduct a search for additional occupants and any pets that still remain inside.
9 people have been rescued from the building since Sunday. Fighting in Ukraine intensifying, with Ukraine pushing forward with a counteroffensive campaign. Ukrainian forces said they shot down more than 20 drones in the capital city of Kyiv. And Russia claims a series of drones hit a Moscow neighborhood, and they blame Ukraine. You're listening to ABC News.
Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything, which means if you bought life insurance a few years ago, it might not be enough to protect your family today. Now is the time to get the insurance you need at a price you can afford. In a hurry? Don't worry. Call Select Quote now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's right. You can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam in under an hour.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-613-8990. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now.
Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local. Just the way you like it.
Do you or any of your family members, neighbors, or friends own a property that you just want to be done with it? If so, call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you to take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. Call 614-470-2000. That's 614-470-2000.
As the weather warms, Ohioans are finding more ticks. Avoiding tall grass and wearing light-colored long pants and long-sleeved shirts are just a few things you can do to protect yourself. After being outdoors, be sure to check for ticks, and if you find any, remove them. And watch for any symptoms if you find any bites. For a full list of ways to prevent tick bites, visit ohio.gov/ticks.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your Friday. Mostly sunny skies with a daytime high of 74. Partly cloudy overnight, a low near 47. Plenty of sunshine mixing with just a few clouds for your Saturday, with temperatures near 77 for the daytime high. Have yourself a great day, everyone, from the Watchdog.
I'm Kate Burdett on the Ohio News Network. Overdoses from street drugs laced with fentanyl are a big problem in Ohio and around the country. But there is help for users in Cincinnati. ONN's Tracy Townsend explains.
Businesses in the Cincinnati area are offering ways for people to test the drug before it's too late. For nearly 2 months, La Ofrenda in Over the Rhine has been giving away packets of fentanyl testing strips, and it's thanks to a partnership with the Hamilton County Health Department. Blue boxes sit in the corner of both bathrooms so people have privacy to test a drug that they may be using. I'm Tracy Townsend.
State wildlife officials have confirmed additional cases of chronic wasting disease, or CWD, in deer in 2 Ohio counties. ONN's Eric Brown reports.
11 more white-tailed deer have tested positive for chronic wasting disease in Marion and Wyandotte counties. 7 of the deer that tested positive for CWD were bucks and 4 were does. Testing was conducted on deer taken through targeted removal efforts in February and March. A total of 22 wild deer have tested positive for CWD since the fall of 2020. Eric Brown, ONN News.
And horse racing regulators taking part in an emergency meeting today to look at a series of horse deaths at the home of the Kentucky Derby. Officials meeting with representatives from Churchill Downs to review the deaths of 12 horses in a 2-month span. I'm Kate Burdett on the Ohio News Network.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
All right. Welcome back into the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog Radio Network. Remember, if you're playing along with our game that we just wrapped up, you can still text in your answers, 717-7927. I'll give those clues out one more time after we're done talking to our caller here. But we want to make sure that we remind you that June 10th, join us at Generations to enjoy the very first rolling out of the Pine Room Lager. Brand new golden beer by Big Timber. They brewed it. It's incredible. Soup went down and tried it. You can't say enough about it. We can't thank the folks at Big Timber enough for being part of this whole process and literally guiding us through and being the driving force of this whole thing, because we obviously couldn't do without them. I don't know any of us here that have any skills in beer brewing. So thank you to Big Timber. Join us June 10th at 6 o'clock at Generations to enjoy the very first rolling out of the Pine Room Lager. And make sure you go to thepineroomshop.com, get some gear for the summer. A lot of new stuff in there, so you can go enjoy that for your summertime. And we appreciate it, and hopefully you get some gear and follow us on social media at the Pine Room Podcast.
And we are very pleased right now to be joined by the newly appointed head baseball coach at Brook High School, Mr. Doug Costain. Doug, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and congratulations.
Thanks, Mark. This is a tough booking. It's tough to get on the Pine Room. You guys have some big-time folks on here. When you reached out, I was honored, and I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Well, we appreciate you being on. I know you got a million things going on. You're also the OVAC basketball commissioner, which takes up a lot of time. So, and I want to ask you, and I'm not being negative or anything here. I just want to ask and get right to it. Why Brook and why now?
Mark, it's an exciting time to be a Bruin. First, I want to start off by thanking Dr. Crook. He's the superintendent of schools. Corey Murphy is the assistant. And a new AD is Bill Garvey. A lot of folks know Bill's name from his days at Bethany coaching football. So I appreciate it. Why Brook and why now? Mark, sometimes, the opportunities, they come when they come, and you got to evaluate from that standpoint. Brook is coming off a pretty good season, 16 wins last year with a team that's graduating one senior, so that was exciting to me. There's a commitment to win in Brook County. I can tell you, I call it the executive committee, those three I just kind of mentioned. I can tell you those three guys want to win, and they want to win now. And I'm a big believer in putting your money where your mouth is, and they're committed to the program. We're committed to upgrading the facilities. There's rumors that we could be on the way to getting some turf on our baseball field, and we know that's important. Most important that we get to play games in the crazy spring and season of baseball here in the Ohio Valley. So we'll get to play some games. And you know my thoughts. We've been together a long time, Mark. I believe in making it special for the players, and I think all those things line up, and I think it's going to be an exciting time to be a Brook Bruin.
That's awesome, and I think that honestly you will do a great job. It's really good to see. Hopefully, a really solid foundation now, and for years to come. You know, they've had quite a transition over the years here, last couple of years with the baseball program. And you know as well as I do the strong tradition of Brook baseball. Somebody was asking me about that the other day when they said, has Brook ever been good in baseball? I said, listen, I'm going to tell you something. When Coach Perry West was there and they had Joey Patini and Mark Schwartzweger and Gary Freshwater, I could go down the list on and on and on. There was a tradition there that was – unrivaled. And you look at the Northern Panhandle at the time, how good John Marshall, how good Brook, how good Wheeling Park. You go up to Weirton. Okay, I mean, there was some really, really, really great baseball talent and great competitive spirit. And I think with you taking that job and Mark Caesar, John Marshall, Steve Myers at Wheeling Park, I think the Northern Panhandle was going to represent well. Your thoughts on, that aspect?
Well, Mark, I was sleeping pretty good until you started mentioning all that. All those things, that I got to compete against. There's no doubt. There's a challenge there. You know, baseball's a crazy sport. Every day is a different day. Sometimes the guy on the bump controls a lot of it. You kind of probably know my philosophies more than anybody is how I like to play the game and things we like to do. I definitely agree that baseball is moving in the right direction. I'll be building a staff, and, part of that to me is if you're a good leader, you recognize your own weaknesses. I'm not a pitching guy after about 12 years old. I can teach a kid how to step and throw, but we need to get the right person in there to lead our pitching staff, and we'll work extremely hard. We have a Southern trip coming up this year. I know the kids look forward to that. But that's a business trip. I know in the past there's been some Disney trips, and, we can bring Mickey Mouse to Wheeling probably cheaper than we can go there. So we're going to play baseball and to get better and to compete against those teams you mentioned. And we want to be back in Charleston. I think 1997, a guy named Jimmy Sperlazza was on the team, was the last time they made it to the state tournament. So I've challenged the kids already, got to meet the group on Tuesday, say hello. I'll be out watching games. I'm headed to a game tonight. I've already apologized that I won't get their names right, but I also told them I don't get my own kids' names right half the time. So it'll be a work in progress. But what I love is the commitment that I'm seeing from everybody around. I mean, the baseball boosters have reached out 2 or 3 times, and man, what support I'm seeing there, and there's funds in the kitty, and there's an opportunity to get better, and that's the challenge that we're going to take on.
We're talking to the head baseball coach of Brook High School, Mr. Doug Costain. Doug, you just mentioned that you met the team on Tuesday, and I'm sure that the excitement is there. I know how you are. You land with your feet moving, and you've already got a million things planned, I'm sure, for raising funds and how you're going to approach the entire season. Here, let me ask you this now. The Ohio County has instituted a middle school program, which I think is just way long overdue and an incredible plus, for all the, for Wheeling Central and Wheeling Park. What are your thoughts on the feeder system in Brook County?
Mark, I know there's a strong foundation both in Follansbee and Wellsburg. My challenge is, if you remember a long, long time ago, Mark, you and I sat in a board meeting and tried to convince a local association to go to A teams and B teams because we didn't necessarily want to go travel, but you need those opportunities. I think what travel ball does is it shortens that learning curve. It gives that shortstop more reps. That first baseman a few more at-bats against quality opponents. We need to do that. The foundation is in Follansbee. It's in Wellsburg. My challenge is let's continue to offer those opportunities for baseball players. I will encourage all of our players to play multiple sports if that's what they want to do. But I also do like to mention and mention a lot is the number one sport that probably gets kids from this valley to the next level is baseball. You've seen it.
Yes.
You know that. You've been around a long time. Unfortunately, we don't develop too many D1 football players, and even D2 and D3. I mean, there's a handful, but there's not a lot. And, so what I said to my team the other day is just don't forget about baseball. I get it. It's pre-football season for these guys. Coaches want you in the gym and things like that. But even if you're not playing summer ball, don't go back and long toss. Get out there and hit some in the cage. Do some things. Now, we're lucky. Most of them do play somewhere and do something. But I'm all for that development. I think anything that gives us those opportunities to get reps and to get better, I don't see how that can hurt. I really don't.
Yeah, and you mentioned the possibility of turf. I just think that is a massive step forward for any program. I know, I got to announce quite a few Wheeling Park games, and just I don't know, it just seems to inject a new sense of pride and enthusiasm in a program, in the kids, in the coaches, because there's no more working on the fields, there's no more worrying about the rain. Is that you had mentioned that earlier? Is that a distinct possibility with you guys?
It is, and nothing's for sure.
Right.
Sure, but we're exploring, and I shouldn't say we because I'm not really involved with it, but the administration is exploring turfing football. Football is going new this year, so they're getting theirs replaced. Mm-hmm. But we're exploring baseball, softball, soccer, and a Miracle League field, all on Brook campus, on the campus. It's really special when you look around. I mean, a lot of schools don't have those luxuries that Brook has, or even Wheeling Park has, where everything's on your main campus. You're not driving and taking kids to practice, or they got to meet you at a different field. I mean, everything's right there. So from that standpoint, back in the day, that was the crown jewel as far as facilities. We got some catching up to do. There's no doubt about it, but I'm confident that the administration is going to get this done. Worst case scenario for me, the coach, 2 years away. I'd love to see it this year. Now, who knows? No pressure to those guys, but me, Mark. I'll roll my sleeves up and I'll do whatever they need me to do.
Well, once again, we're talking to the head baseball coach at Brook High School, Mr. Doug Costain. Doug, your numbers. I know numbers are a big factor now in baseball around here. You're seeing teams come to games with 11, 12 guys. Some teams have to pull guys up from JVs just to field a team. How are your numbers? What are your feelings from your freshmen and your returning players?
Well, I'm trying to get my arms around the eighth graders that'll be freshmen to better understand. And I guess if I was sending out a quick PSA, I don't have one position penciled in as we speak right now. So every position on our team is open, whether it's a starter or whether it's a varsity player. We're going to get opportunities, but the numbers look solid. We fielded a full JV and a full varsity team last year, and this year we look to do the same. I was told that the meeting was a little crowded the other day because there was people sitting in there that maybe didn't play baseball under the past coach, and there's some renewed excitement. So a lot of positive feedback thus far from our first meeting. So I'm hoping the numbers are high. I welcome competition. We don't get better without competition.
Right, exactly. Now I know you're, as you mentioned earlier, and I've seen you coach, and I know you're a big small ball guy. You make up with possibly a lack of talent with small ball fundamentals, doing the right things. Is that going to be your philosophy, or are you going to wait and see what kind of talent you have, and then obviously you're going to play it as the cards you're dealt? But is that going to be your philosophy to stick to the small ball kind of play, try to win each inning, play fundamental, make sure you hit cut man, back up bases, run the bases well, be aware on the bench of what's going on in the game? Are those your feelings?
Yes, and yes. I mean, you kind of hit it all on the head. I think you do owe it to yourself to understand your roster, to understand your players. I think the thing I'm an every night baseball watcher. Me and your wife probably the same, right? I don't know if you watch as much as she does, but I know Patty loves it. But I watch every night, and I think the thing that drives me nuts about baseball a lot of times is non-productive outs. And we see it in the major leagues because they're contractually tied to doubles and triples and home runs. I can assure you we have no NIL money at Brook High School, and none of our players will be contracted to that. I do think I'm a big believer in productive outs. I do believe that we need to put the pressure on the defense. I got a text from Rich Donnelly when I got the job, and everybody knows that name. He said Jim Leland used to always say, be the best you can be at defense because you're not going to hit every day. And I'm a firm believer in that as well. Well, I think you look back at our time together, Mark, we hit a few ground balls to our shortstop and second baseman over the summertime. And
absolutely.
We're gonna challenge them to really understand the game. High baseball IQ. You know, I jokingly say all the time to my teams, you got homework tonight, and they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'll say, go home and watch the Pirate game. Because even those announcers, they help explain the game. They help you understand why people do what they do sometimes, why they tag sometimes. Some of the best players I've ever coached, and I'm sure if you think about it, Mark, you ever coached, they didn't get all that knowledge from us. They got it from understanding the game.
Absolutely.
And there's things you just can't teach. They just get it.
Yep.
Yeah, Coach Jarrett here. I remember you actually saying that the homework assignment during some of the foundations camps that I got to be a part of with you. But I wanted to switch gears a little bit here. How many hats are the Brook Bruins going to have this year?
I could tell you as a joke, I've already ordered some. And the new superintendent, you're going to love this, is a hat guy. So he's already approved 3. How about that?
Oh, man. That's what I like to hear. I might have to get my hands on one.
Well, a lot of them are out of season. He used to do the nice 4th of July one and the special days. So tell us how it's going to be.
So, I haven't decided. I'm going to let my seniors in on that project. They're going to have some say in this. We're a Nike Elite team. Through BSN, so I've been, the commitment is there to get the nicest of gear. I always tell older guys like myself and maybe Coach Dell, that stuff doesn't matter to me and you, but it matters to the kids. If you remember when we started building Post 1 back up again, I used the word destination spot.
Yep.
I wanted Post 1 to be a destination spot where kids wanted to come play. I feel it's the same way with Brook High School. I've told them the same thing. If there's gear you want out there and you don't have, let me know. Because I'll go find a way to make it happen. We will be the best dressed, hopefully. There's some good that red, white, and blue colors. It's a fun color to play with. There's some great colors out there. If I thought you Park guys would wear a Brook hat, I'll get you one.
Hey, you had Jubb wearing a Central hat there for a while when he was at Park. So I'm sure that's possible.
I love it.
It's still in my closet, Coach.
Well, get it out of the dark closet. But I tell people every day one of the best things I ever did was coach Legion baseball, and the reason is you find out that there's great kids at every school. Every school in this valley, there's great kids. And I think growing up, and sometimes when you're so narrow-minded, or I don't even want to use that word, your sights are so narrow that you think your opponent's teams are not good kids. They're not, they're the opponent. Well, you realize, I can remember one year, Mark, we pulled off the Central Park baseball fall ball game. And most of those kids played for us all summer.
Yes.
It was hugs and high fives all day long.
Absolutely.
On each team. And that's what it's about. I can genuinely sit here and tell you I root for kids. I root for kids, and that's what it's got to be about. And, that's the challenge. I hope everybody, the minute that we no longer can win it, I'm going to root for – the schools that can, the kids that I know, and that's what we're going to do. But we're gonna go hard on the hats, and we're open to suggestions. We got some pretty good colors to play with as well.
Yes, you do, definitely. Well, once again, Coach, congratulations. Best of luck as you try to mold this program into what it used to be, and I know you will. Enthusiasm, you instill the pride back in, and here's one story I'll leave you with in football. When I was equipment manager at Wheeling Park back in the day, we went down to scrimmage Parkersburg South, and it was an ominous rain cloud coming from the north, and I said, "Do all your storms come from the north?" As we were getting ready to play, and the coach looked at me right in the eye and said, "There's only one storm that comes from the north, and that's Brooke High School." And he was dead serious, and it was like that's how Brooke used to be known. That when they come to town, man, you better buckle your bootstraps and pull up your socks because you're in for a battle. So hopefully you get it back to that, Doug. We'll be rooting for you, and I hope all goes well. And I know you'll build it into a program that Brooke County, Brooke High will be proud of.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys, and I'll take all the advice. Hopefully we'll see you at some games, and
absolutely
I'm open to suggestions, and we just want to get better. So thanks so much.
All right, buddy.
Thank Coach.
Thank you,
Coach. Good luck.
That
Thanks, guys.
was Doug Costain, the newly appointed head baseball coach at Brooke High School. Best of luck to him and the Brooke Bruins, as they really could use a shot in the arm and be competitive on a daily basis. I hope he does well there. Yeah. Really looking forward to it.
He made a good point. When it comes down to it, Brooke and Park and whatever other rivalries there are, it doesn't really mean much. I mean, there's that school spirit there, but they're just players playing the same game on different teams.
Yep.
It's good stuff. But it's talking to good stuff. Let's wrap up my little quiz here. They've yet to be named. If you got a good name for it, go ahead and send me a little message. Let me know what you think it should be called. But let's do it. So number one, I'm going to go through these, and if you guys have any clues or maybe a guess, fire away. If you're listening at home, send in your text before we're going.
And here's the thing: if somebody sends in the name and we use the name, we'll send you a T-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Send you a Pine Room T-shirt.
The name of the segment?
The name of the segment, the name of the game.
Yeah, if you give us the name of the game.
If you give us the name of the game, we'll give you a little prize. So without further ado, here we go. Number one, you should check out this place I visited this summer. I think they're sponsored by TripAdvisor, Duolingo, Warren Wilson, and Dijon Football Côte d'Or. The initial OC. And the answer is...
I think I have this. Maybe. Owl City?
Bam! Wow. Owl City. Because Duolingo, all right, so TripAdvisor's logo's an owl, Duolingo's logo's an owl, Warren Wilson are the owls, and Dijon Football Côte d'Or, they're the owls. There you go.
Dijon Football, what?
Dijon Football Côte d'Or.
What is that?
It's a French football club.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
I was thinking in my mind, I was like mustard.
No.
Mustard, football.
Did Matt get that one?
I'm not sure. I
can't look because I don't want to spoil
Here
myself.
we go. Clue number 2. I went to the United Kingdom last week. You wouldn't believe what they were doing, just chucking these weapons at people's patellas. I'm still limping.
Britney Spears.
Yeah! Wow, I can't believe you got that.
Britney Spears, yep.
How'd you get that?
Because, Brit, UK... And then knees, and then weapons, spears. I don't know how, but...
Wow, I can't believe you got that. Wow.
Yep, Britney Spears.
That's so good. All right, now this is a hard one. If you guys get this, I'll be very surprised. I yelled this to the farmer when I wanted to throw him and my buddy some grain. I yelled at this farmer when I wanted him to throw me and my buddy some grain.
At the farmer.
I yelled this to a farmer.
Oh. Whoa.
Something. I can think of like wheat.
W.
Wheat something. I don't know. This one I have no clue.
Has anybody texted in on that one? I don't know. Nobody's going to get that one.
No?
I don't know.
You don't think? You can't think. You're literally saying one of the words.
Wheat.
It's actually the word, but
wheat. Yeah, something wheat. I don't know. Wheat.
Wheatley. Wheat.
I have no idea.
I'll let it go for a couple seconds while they try to figure
Whitney
out.
Houston.
No. That was already used. Come on.
Winger.
No.
Wheat.
Come on. You can deliberate.
I have not. I keep thinking wheat, but I don't. Wheat. It's one word though. Wheat.
I don't know.
Keith Wheatley.
All right, no idea.
I don't know.
All right, if you're listening out there, the answer is.
Whizzer?
No. Weed Us.
I would have.
Weed Us. W-T.
I have no
Wheat
idea.
Us. Wheat Us. Weed Us.
I would have never
Come on,
known
Weed Us.
that band.
Weed Us.
I would have never got that.
W-H-E-A-T-U-S. Weed Us. Weed Us. Come on, farmer. Weed us.
Yeah, throw us some wheat.
Yeah, see, that works. All right. And then number 4, you guys got to get this one. This is the easiest one on this list, except for maybe the last one. All I wanted to do was play this game up with my friend, but the pieces are too fat for my hands.
Something about chess, right? Gosh, CC, I don't know. I couldn't get this one either.
Come on.
CC, correct?
CC, the initial CC.
Is it a group or is it?
It's a one guy.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to let it roll for a little bit, see if anybody can get it. All I want to do is play this game, but the pieces were just too fat for my hands.
Oh, man.
Chubby Checker.
I'm not good at this.
Chubby Checker. All right, this one. Jared says he's got this one.
Yeah, I got this one.
But let it fly. Let people listen for a little bit. They might not be the Bloods or the Crips, but this diabetic group definitely has the high ground.
Yeah,
the initial TSG. One. Coach, you know this?
Easy one. Bloods and Crips, what are they?
Gang.
Yep. Diabetes.
Oh, I got it.
The Sugar Hill
Gang.
Yeah. They did the hip hip poppy, you don't stop.
Yeah. There was my game show. I hope
That
you guys
was good.
enjoyed. Yeah, I'm still. If you can come up with a name for it,
I'll
send it
you
in.
a T-shirt.
Send it to our email, contact@thepineroompodcast.com, or text it 717-7927. You can text in, and we will give you a T-shirt if you come up with a name for our segment. So with that, we're gonna hit a break real quick. Come back with a very lucky guy, maybe as lucky as one of you guys, to win a little bit of a little bit of Pine Room gear. Mr. Mickey McNeil. He's got 2 hole-in-ones at Palmer in the same round. Incredible stuff. But we're going to take a quick break right now. And speaking about diabetes, here's a little PSA. You're listening to Pine Room Podcast right here on the Watchdog.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man. You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Do you or any of your family members, neighbors, or friends own a property that you just want to be done with it? If so, call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you to take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. Call 614-470-2000. That's 614-470-2000.
Everyone knows you can have a lot of fun outside. But did you know that spending time outdoors is actually good for you? That's right, spending time in the outdoors can have a positive impact on your body and your mind. Even 15 minutes outside a day can lower your stress and help you feel better. So get out there, visit an Ohio park, and thrive outside. Are you in crisis? Contact Ohio's Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Call, text, or chat 988.
The annual Wheeling Feeling Chili Cook-Off is just around the corner. Join us Saturday, June 3rd from noon to 5 for the Ohio Valley's best chili. Stop on down to Wheeling's Heritage Fort to enjoy great food and live music. The Wheeling Feeling Chili Cook-Off is an International Chili Society sanctioned event, and all proceeds benefit United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley. Saturday, June 3rd at Wheeling's Heritage Port from noon to 5. Rain or shine, see you there.
All right. A little bit of Bobby McFerrin there. Don't worry, be happy.
You should have played Wheatus.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I already played them. I already got a taste. A little bit of Don't Worry, Be Happy. Hopefully you're happy here on this Tuesday afternoon. 80 degrees out right now. A little sweltering. It's going to get up there today. A little, partly cloudy out there. A little bit of clouds. Winds blowing 10 mile an hour. A little nice breeze out there. Flying a kite, maybe throwing like some pinwheels in the air or something. I don't know. I hope you're enjoying your day. Thanks for spending it here with the Watchdog Pine Room Podcast.
I've never seen anybody out throwing pinwheels in the air.
Well, you never know. You never know. You never know. But remember, June 10th, join us at Generations at 6 o'clock for the official release of the Pine Room Lager, our very own traditional beer brewed by Big Timber. The folks at Big Timber are just incredible. If you're in Elkins down that way, go stop by their tap house. They got a brand new, it's not out yet, but they have a tap house. They have a brand new tap house in the works, so go check them out. But join us June 10th at Generations. Folks in Big Timber are going to be there, talk to them about beer and whatnot. We appreciate if you happen to join us, and we appreciate you joining us here on the Watchdog, the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog. One guy that I know for sure is not worrying, and he's too happy right now, and we're lucky to have him on. I saw this actually in the news. The news station runs on the TV here in the studio, and I was just happened to catch it. We have Mickey McNeil on the line here, 2 hole-in-ones at Palmer in the same round. Mickey, thank you for joining us here on the Watchdog.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. My pleasure.
Yeah, so, number one, one hole-in-one is an incredible feat to begin with. 2 hole-in-ones I don't think I've ever seen. Did you have any remote idea that would have happened that day?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just like you said, one is but 2, no.
Yeah, so a little bit about you. How long have you been golfing for?
I am 69 years old, and I started golfing when I was 14. I always played baseball, sure dear to your heart. And the one year we moved from the Grove to out Woodsdale. So I was having a hard time transportation, so I just went out Wheeling Park and played golf that year, and really enjoyed it. So it's been 55 years now.
This is Mark Delbrug.
Mark.
Hi. This is an honor to have you on. I feel like we've had some pretty popular guys on here, pretty famous guys, but you probably rank up there in a top couple here with this accomplishment. I mean, if people really think about this isn't like a 1 hole-in-one is okay. That's sort of like just a freakish thing to have, but 2, tell me, Mick, what holes were they on?
Sure, Mark. There's a lot of luck involved.
Well, sure there is, absolutely.
I know. I just want number 9. Both were on the Palmer course, so
yeah.
Both happened in one round. But number 9 is about a 90-yard hole, so it's not real long, and. But the nice thing about it, you're kind of level, maybe up a little bit higher on the tee. But bottom line, we were able to see it go in.
Okay, so
yeah.
let me stop you right there. Who is we?
Sure.
Who are your golf partners?
Okay. Yes, I have with me here. We're at the Slidell Grill Room, but I'm with Charlie Jones and Bob Bever was in my group that day. There were 6 of us. There were 3 others in another group. Rick Now, and is it John? What's John's last name? John Markowitz.
Okay.
And Phil Bokanovich. But yeah.
Okay, so number 9, you see it roll and it goes in, and I'm sure everybody hoots and hollers a little bit for that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then you hit it on 9. Now, what's the next hole that you make the
next
hole?
hole-in-one occurred on number 15, which is a much longer hole. The pin was in the back there. The pin was in the front on 9. but probably about 165 yards, and they actually hit short. And the bottom line, there was a ball. I grabbed my putter. There was a ball on the green about 15 feet away. And I'm thinking, well, I hope this is mine. And Charlie went up, and he's like, this is my ball. So we look in the back and don't see anything, and then we look in the hole, and my golly, there it was.
So you didn't see the second one go in?
Correct. That is right. We did not see it go in on 15.
I mean, so what was everybody's reaction when they walked up and the ball was in the hole?
I just said, "Oh no, my God! This isn't possible."
I mean, really, if you think about it, it is all next to impossible to do that. So, do you know of any? Have you talked to anybody nationally that has said this has not ever happened before?
No, actually, Bob, who played with it, sent me. Now, believe it or not, you'll know this name. Steve Blass did this in 2014.
Really?
Yes, with the Pirates and a reunion thing. I think he said it was Greensburg Country Club. But they wrote an article, Jerry Dulac, and they said the odds of this happening are like 67 million to 1. And how they came up with that, Mark, is they know how many rounds are played in a year.
Okay.
I'm talking around the world. And this happens, 2 holes in one round, once every 3 years. That's how rare it occurs.
In the whole world.
Yeah. They know how many rounds are played and everything. So yeah.
Did you hold on to both balls, or was it the same ball you used?
I do. No. I saved the first ball, and I have. Actually, I have both balls. Yep. I just have a little a glass case, and I have the scorecard with them, and so that's my keepsake.
Have you gotten a lot of calls, texts, to people coming up to you and saying things about this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, this was it'll be 2 weeks now tomorrow. So with the 17th of May, and yes, it's still very hot. I mean, people come up and kid me all the time, and that.
That's amazing because once again we're talking to Mickey McNeil, who had 2 hole-in-ones in the same round exactly 2 weeks ago on the Palmer course. My son Jared here has a question for you.
Yeah,
Nick.
Mickey, I wanted to ask when you connected, when you drove, did you have any feel? I mean, obviously you probably thought this is good, but did you have any idea that it might be a hole-in-one? I guess twice.
Well, I mean, 9 was a short. It was a sand wedge, but 15, that's a very difficult hole. And I knew when I hit it, I hit it pretty well. And the line, just a little off to the right, but the hole actually rolls right to left. So,
What club did you use on 15?
What's that?
What club were you using on 15?
Oh, yeah, I hit a 4 hybrid. Yes.
Hey, Mickey, we got another caller. Mr. Umpire wants to talk to you.
Sure. Okay, great.
Go ahead, Mr. Umpire.
Mickey.
Hello.
It's Mike Wright. How you doing?
Hi, Mike. Doing well, thank you.
Dude, I just can't believe you got 2 hole-in-ones on the putt-putt course. That's great.
Oh, so the truth comes out.
No, really. Congratulations on that, but I got a question for you. I heard through the grapevine, if you hit a hole-in-one, you got to buy a round for everybody. Is that true?
That is true. Unfortunately, that is
Oh,
true.
my goodness. That rule should be reversed.
Absolutely.
I agree, but I guess it's like you gotta buy your witnesses off, right?
That makes sense. But hey, listen, congratulations on that. I heard one of our fellow umpires told me that the day after it happened, and I'm like, "Are you kidding?" He's like, "Did you hear what happened to Mickey?" And I'm like, "I'm thinking something bad," and he's like, "No, he had 2 hole-in-ones." Like, unbelievable. I mean, he must have been, what par 3 course was he on? But that's great, Mickey. Congratulations on that, man. And I think you should be on national news, just not local
I
news.
agree with that.
Well, I have to thank Ron Zavoda and Zavoda Law Offices, who they had us up at the Quaker Steak and Luke. And
I saw that interview.
Christina, the manager up there, she did get a hold of WTOV and WTRF, and they interviewed me, which is very nice. And Ron got me a plaque, and he bought dinner for all the golfers and our families that night. It was very generous. So I want to make sure I thank him and Christine for, getting the radio station, or I'm sorry, the TV station and doing the interviews. So we're getting the word out a little bit. So.
Well, you know what? Like I said, hopefully you make some kind of national news because this, like you said, it's a rarity.
It really is. It's so the odds are. Everyone told me, I know you got to play the lottery, and I did. Because,
and you didn't win that, did you?
Yeah.
No. I know that.
Mike, thank you for the call.
Hey,
and
one more thing, Mickey. It's just like calling strikes and outs, man. Hit them all in ones.
There you go. Thank you, Mike, for the call.
Yeah, later.
Hey, Mick, once again, by the way, real quick, what'd you shoot today?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
See,
no, I had an 87 today. I did not play well at all.
Okay, well, hey, you got that to brag about. No matter if you shoot 100, you still have that to brag about.
I know. And by the way, that day I had a 78.
A 78. Is that a personal best?
That is my low this year, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, once again, Mickey, congratulations. Thanks for calling in, and it's really exciting stuff, and we appreciate you giving us a couple minutes of your time.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'd like to special thanks to Bob Bever, who he handles the tee times for our group, and all he does for us. So.
Yeah, well, enjoy those cold beverages up there.
Okay, we are. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Mick.
Thanks for the invite.
Okay. Once again, that was Mickey McNeil, 2 hole-in-ones on the same round at Palmer Course on holes 9 and 15.
Yeah,
Great job.
What a feat! I can't even imagine.
Unbelievable.
And
Sorry, real quick, I want to say sorry. We got the phone ringing off the hook. We had 2 callers that I accidentally just hung up on, so I apologize.
You hang up on them, both of them?
Yeah, both. I meant to hit hold and
somebody's
it
calling
dropped.
back.
All right, 1 sec.
Is it Roy C?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. We got a mess here. We're winding down, and we got callers and.
Sorry, I just hung up. I hung up again.
Oh my goodness! Sorry, caller. He's a mess in here. He's got problems everywhere. We had Mickey McNeil on. We've had Doug Costain talking about the Brook High baseball program. We had our head coach at Steubenville softball, Gus DiMarzio, on talking about their trip to Akron this week. So it's been a busy day. Matt called in, and we've had craziness. So,
finally, Dan from Slovenia is with us.
Where's he been all day?
I've been trying to get through. I've been really worried about this whole thing with the moon landing. But you know what? I was trying to figure out where my press coverage was. You remember this weekend was the Bill Belichick Memorial Golf Scramble.
Right, exactly. How'd that go?
Yeah, well, you know what happened? We had a bit of a setback. We had a guy, you know how we usually drink when you golf. You know how it is.
Right.
You drink a little bit of beer while they pump the kegs. A little bit too early in the morning. He didn't like you put in the hole where the people were supposed to know where to hit the ball was at.
Uh-huh.
Well, we had Mr. Magoo. You know, he's an old nearsighted. And I was holding a stick, and I held it back just a little bit too far, and it cracked back up, and it hit straight in the forehead between the nose and the chin, and it split him wide open.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Dan, with you here right now, another caller. Father Guido wants to talk to you.
All right.
Oh, boy. Father Guido!
1999. You need this very much. $19.99 a month for confession. Sins be gone, because you'll tell some of the biggest fibs I ever hear. Woohoo!
But 1 second, and I was getting to the middle of this, and I do have court records to prove this. Mr. Not Lance Armstrong, Neil Armstrong, that actually landed on the moon, didn't land on the moon, because it came out in when he got caught for doping. Remember when he got caught doping for the Tour de France?
Yes.
Neil Armstrong, yes.
Very
he was
sad.
all in the congressional papers. But the thing is, this is the real problem. Everybody knows there's no gravity on the moon. How is the flag standing straight out?
Oh,
that's a good point.
Very good point.
Hey,
There's no gravity on the moon.
Father Guido, do you guys have a space station in the Vatican?
No, but they got the spray starch. They spray starch of the flag just like the pill that Dan takes to make it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You know what the number one commandment?
No, well, go ahead.
In God we trust, all others pay cash.
What was that one?
In God we trust, everyone else pays cash.
That's a very good...
That's how we do it on Slobovia. And we have a car lot over there, too.
You come to
We have
our
a car lot.
You shut up for 1 minute, okay?
All
right. You come to my church, we take a collection at first. If the collection is big, we got the 5-minute sermon. Collection not the good, you get the 25-minute sermon. So we get the pretty good collection, you know.
I'd throw a 20 in there for that.
Woo-hoo, I tell you what. Hey, we beat the Polacks from Warsaw 17-1.
Wait, they scored. They scored a run. That's the first run you've had scored against you all year.
I thought you ain't going to believe this one.
Uh-oh.
Ted Kozuski III, the great-grandson of Big Ted,
Yes.
was playing for the Warsaw Pierogies.
And he hit a home run.
Goodness.
He hit a home run.
Wait, listen how he hit the home run.
Uh-oh.
He went up there, he closed his eyes, and he has a rosary bead to wrap around the back. He said, medical rules, bam, over the right to field defense.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Augustino threw his glove up in there in disgust.
He must not have thrown that. What pitch is that?
The Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost
The
pitch.
Holy Ghost. You can't see it, but you know it's there. You know.
Oh man.
Dan,
Unbelievable.
do you think?
We started a buy here, pay here lot over on Slobovia. Our motto is, everyone needs help getting back on their feet. Miss 2 payments, you'll be back on your feet.
1999, Dan. Since been gone.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap up here.
Hey, Dan, I got one last question for you.
Yes.
Who won the Bill Belichick Memorial? I heard the Corn Monster won it.
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, that's
it. Saw him coming. He came right up from the rear.
All right, guys, we got to wrap up here. Thanks for calling in.
Guido, out.
Goodbye.
Say your prayer.
Domino Nabisco, whole wheat thins, Oreos too. Amen. Father Guido Watts. We're talk again.
All right, that was Dan and Father Guido. That's the first time we've had 2 callers on at the same time. Twice.
Man,
so
oh man.
I was a mess back here.
Wow, in here today. Good stuff, though.
Great stuff.
Thanks for calling in, Father Guido. You're the man. And Dan,
Dan.
I love getting updates on.
I didn't know Stevie Wonder. I can't believe he won the memorial.
Yeah, I know. That is.
Yeah, well, nobody said nobody saw him coming. But isn't that the other way around? He probably can't see anybody else coming.
I have a famous theory about Stevie Wonder. Go listen to episode 30 of the Pine Room Podcast. Yeah, but we appreciate those guys calling in and everybody that was involved in our segments today. We had a lot of fun here in the studio. We got to play our 2 Lies and a Florida Guy, and we actually had a text in. I won't say who texted in. We had a text in for the name of the music initial segment with the thoughts of calling it Initial Thoughts.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad.
All right, so it's, we will send a shirt. Get some.
We got to decide.
If we use it.
Well, yeah, we got to decide.
Oh, okay.
It can't just be the first person.
Oh,
we
okay.
We got to deliberate.
Well, that's how it is for our email. If anybody emails us, we'll send us a shirt. Nobody emails us, so send us an email. Contact thepineroomspodcast.com. Well, I mean, what else are we gonna do? All right. Anyway.
Instagram DM.
We have some news here. I don't know if we want to hit any of this real quick. We don't have to read everything.
I would like to talk about the first one.
Where are we here? We got a lot.
West
of
Virginia
stuff.
man sentenced for COVID fraud. I bet a lot of people.
Oh,
out there,
yeah.
I bet a lot of people out there could guess who that was. A Wheeling man was sentenced to 10 months in prison. This is sort of old news now.
I went to school with him.
Streets are
fraudulently obtaining loans made available during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dalton Haas, also known as Dalton Nasser. I didn't know that.
Yeah, what is
Dalton
that?
Nassar? I don't know that name.
I did not know that. I did not. I've never heard him called that by anybody. In any of the avenues that he travels, I did not ever hear him.
That's like
called
his crime name.
I guess. 27 pled guilty to wire fraud in February. Haas admitted to making false statements about gross revenues, the cost of goods sold, and the number of employees at a Lebanese bakery. Wheeling Wine Festival, West Virginia Hockey League, and the Wheeling Hockey Association. Haas obtained a total of $20,000 in CARES Act funds as part of a scheme and attempted to fraudulently obtain loans on 3 occasions, but was unsuccessful.
My goodness.
The FBI investigated the case and was tried by Assistant U.S. Attorney Jennifer Conklin on behalf of the United States government.
That's a federal crime? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think he's. I think he got 10. Oh,
10 months.
10 months in prison.
10 months.
I don't know if he's got
$20,000. That's amazing.
I don't know if he got. I thought he had some other.
It has to be a federal.
Yeah, I think it is, but I thought he had some other things too. I thought there were some other crimes.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not
Fishy
sure
business.
What they were. I can't remember what they were, but anyway.
A crazy situation. Like, he didn't think he was going to get caught.
Yeah, anybody like that didn't think they're going to get caught. But
well, you know who did get caught? This Asian airline passenger who opens a door while they were in the air. A passenger aboard a South Korean flight opened an emergency door before the plane had landed, causing panic among the 194 passengers on board. The Asiana Airlines Airbus 321 was about to land in I can't or she got cut off here, but I'm assuming that's Daegu.
I don't know.
En route from
Daegu.
En route from Jeju on Friday when the passenger pulled the emergency exit handle on an altitude of 700 feet, sending an air whipping through the cabin and terrifying passengers.
Oh, man.
Thank goodness he didn't do it like 30,000.
That would be really scary.
At least a dozen people suffered minor injuries, while others detained an unidentified person who opened the door until authorities could arrive on the runway. The suspect was said to be a man in his 30s, and he was arrested at Daegu International Airport. Several witnesses says the unhinged man tried to jump out of the plane during the period of chaos, which...
Yeah, I saw a video, not of him trying to jump out, but I saw a video of like just the door open. It was crazy, the wind going through, and like it literally was just like the like you would open a door on the highway, except you're 700 feet in the air.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's scary.
At least it wasn't way up. If it was way up, those people would be probably in way worse state than just.
Yeah, what would the minor injuries be? What
probably stuff flying around or
got
whiplash.
Just
I don't
everybody
know.
was panicking, and somebody probably got kicked or hit in the head. But
yeah.
That is scary. Yikes.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us here. We are ready to wrap it up here in the Pine Room Studios. Actually, not the Pine Room Studios. We're in the Watchdog Studios right now, the Robson Auto Group Studios to be specific. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We have fun. We really love it when we have a lot of interaction. It makes things way more interactive and fun here in the studio. We'll be back here next week. Coach may be on Thursday, but I'm assuming I'm getting a thumbs down right now. So he's going to take the day off. So Thursday's going to be a day off for us. And then we'll be back here with a regular scheduled programming on Monday. So we will be back here on Monday to do our radio show Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And we'll be back to our regular stuff. Remember, June 10th. Come join us at Generations at 6 o'clock to celebrate our beer launch. Go follow us on social media at the Pine Room Podcast. Go listen and watch all the stuff that we've done. Talking about this airline flight. We're leaving on a jet plane. This is a little bit of John Denver before we go here. Thank you for joining us here at the Pine Room Podcast on the Watchdog. We love you very much. And we will see you here next week. But until then, hang out here in the Pine Room. We'll see you next week. Enjoy yourself. Happy week, happy weekend. We won't see you till next week. So until then, stay put, and we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room. Take it easy.
Bucks.
Now the time's come to leave you one more time. let me kiss you. Close your eyes, I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Another showdown over the bill to raise the debt ceiling. This time, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy trying to drum up votes within his own party before the June 5th deadline when the U.S. is expected to default on its existing debt obligations.
Far-right Republicans in the House Freedom Caucus say the debt deal is a bad deal for conservatives. Pennsylvania Representative Scott Perry.
The Speaker himself has said on numerous occasions the greatest threat to America is our debt. And now is the time to act. We had the time to act. And this deal fails.
Worth noting, the Freedom Caucus said they weren't voting for a deal even before there was a deal.